Didn't matter what obstacles she had to remove to get what she wanted. And if it was a person, it didn't matter who. All I want is money, power, and I think I money, power. All I want is money, power, and I think I
They got the bitch. Hell yeah.
Well, hello everybody. What's up? How's it going? Look at my crazy hair. Look at my crazy hair. It's crazy like the rest of these people. And it's got to come out somewhere, right? It's like, oh my God, these people are nutting up. And so it's going through my hair. It's an extension. I've gotten extensions one time. Oh my God. I was so frustrated. And I was like, I couldn't. I had my best friend. I was like, come on, get the little needle thingy and let's undo this. Then I had clips made. How's it going? Oh my God, that was good. So I know it's impromptu live one day. I just feel like I needed to touch base, and I know I do my regular scheduled program tomorrow. Better late than never. And then I accidentally scheduled. I just knew that Jen was going on. I just had it in my head 8:30, and so then there's a time difference, right? And I'm an hour ahead. And so I scheduled it, and then I was like, "Let me go check," and then I was like, it said 7 minutes countdown. I was like, "God dang it." So I had to go, and I don't even know if I did it right, probably not, in Facebook. I deleted it, but it's still, like, hanging there. I don't know why it wouldn't let me change the time. So anyways, that's just a little bit of, what I do here. I constantly chase my own tail. So you like surprises? It's nothing. It's just a bunch of bad news. But I like the way I titled it because Mormon, and I mean, it's not picking. I'm just stating the obvious. It is what it is. I didn't make it. But, well, hello. Okay. But Mormon means more good. More good means Mormon. So, um, if you say more bad Mormon news. So I was like, how do I title this? How do I do this? And so more bad Mormons or more bad Mormon news? Anyways, I'm a dork, but it's true. It's crazy. And what's going on with everybody? Are they all short circuiting right now? I would like to know that. Oh, he did. DJ answered me in the chat. I'm trying to remind myself to look if I see a message back there. Donna. Thank you. More money. If anybody's missing some money, I know where it's at. Oh my god. Oh, DJ. Mm-mm-mm. I hope you're being a smart ass because that's how I'm taking that. Love to you and yours also, Julie Co. Thank you. I used to think Julie Co was like Julie Rowe trying to be like, Julie Co. And so, I mean, I'm just saying what I've actually thought. I'm like, I wonder if that's Julie Rowe. What about that duct tape though? I know you're not Julie Co. I know you're not Julie Rowe. I mean, allegedly. I don't really know, but I'm pretty sure you're not. And whatever. uh, they need to get duct tape away from these weirdos, right? It's very duct tape is highly strong adhesive, so it's attracting. I don't know. It's like it depends on how you look at it. It's like, is their programmer or their handlers like freaking out, or did they just do a little big dose of everything and they're like all wigging out? Because it's not getting any better. I don't know what that means. I don't know why. I don't know if it's just because I pay attention to the Mormon faith culture. Um, it's interesting to me. I do find it intriguing. Thank thank you. Right? Um, I'm glad. Yeah, my heart breaks for Jody's niece too, and any other named and unnamed victim of Jody freaking Hildebrandt, which I want to call her. And I think I saw on Jen's community wall the other day, and I jumped on and commented, and she said Jody, Grody Jody, and I was like, that's good. We can use that. Then I'm like, you know what though? Jody likes to bind, torture. We don't have the BTK. We don't know of any Ks yet, any killers. Well, I'm sure they're not far if they haven't already. But anyways, that's just me just speculating. So bind, torture, Jody, right? I do agree with you. Kevin needs to be investigated. He's married to this. He is their father. It's 50-50. I don't care how you hash it. You don't get to pick and choose when you're gonna be a parent. They already were picking and choosing not to be parents, in my opinion. They were just like, I heard a video earlier of Kevin just going on and on and on about, so I'm supposed to show my kids love and show them respect. So, but he was saying it sarcastically, of course, and it made me laugh. Right. Again, I'm I just want to say, I've said it before, it's embarrassing to say, but I was like 13 or 14, and my two best friends were they were skinny as if. And but I wasn't fat, but I was the bigger out of us 3. And so I think it was like I don't even know, trying on clothes or something, I think. And I was like, "Well, let me try some duct tape." And I sure did. I sure did. And let me tell you what, you don't really realize that until you, like, do something stupid like that. And then be vulnerable until, whomever runs across that, whatever. I like calling myself out. But that e okay, duct tape does not breathe. I'll tell you that right now. The duct tape does not expand. It'll retract, I'm sure, but it's pretty locked in. So I couldn't really, like, get out of it. I wrapped it around my waist, it was just tummy tuck. And, yeah, no, I will never, ever I've never done that again. And oh, that's a good observation right there. Yeah. And, maybe and a little bit of Melanie Pulaski also. Don't you know? I kinda wonder about her, as far as the department. And I really I I I really do believe that they are lovers or doing some distortions, okay? They're doing some distortions up in there. Hey, Lily here. How you doing? Your grandma would call them little nothings. That's cute. At least their souls are alike, right? Black. No, and I just thought of the Black Crow song, but they talk into the dark angels. So that's just it. It's like I can't get past the duct tape, man. I cannot get past the duct tape. Maybe because maybe I'm a little sensitive because my nephew was bound in it, found in it, bound. Tylee could have been. We wouldn't know. We have no way of knowing. We don't even know what day they died. Neither one of those children. That's a whole nother subject. But um it bothers me. And it's disturbing. I even thought of, and don't do my thoughts. Just these are my thoughts. Don't do these things. Don't try these things. I think a lot. That's all I do. My brain peels out all the time. Um, I promise a Queen Lender from Australia, Julie Rowe, can kiss my ass. I'll say ass. She's a grifter. Oh, that's cute. Not cute. I was thinking my daughter. She does a good Australian accent. Right. No, I just jacked it all up. But anyways, it's not my niche. Lovers born into a religion that can't accept them and forced to live behind closed doors made them mean, especially to the kids and everybody around them. Oh my God. Projection. How long have I been saying it? Project, deflect, persecution complex, or they want to bless you and heal you. Okay. I'm like, mm-mm. Don't pray for my family. I'm not saying that rude. No, because we need to establish what prayer it's intent, in my opinion. It's intent. And it bothers me. The people praying away my family and then they ended up murdered. But you know what else I've realized earlier was that Jody and Ruby and Kevin, I caught this in Kevin's rant about he's all the things he spoke. So I'm supposed to do this as, you know, being a smart ass. Yeah, you are. You are. What happened? Oh, so But I caught that it's the worthiness thing, which that comes from Mormon culture. It just does. I didn't do it. You didn't do it, but it's there. It's the elephant in the room. And I don't try to I'm not ignorant, and I don't wanna, like, blanket the entire religion, I know that's not every single person. I'm well aware of that, so when I talk about that, "Hey, Linda, good to see you." Um, when I talk about that or, the like-minded behaviors, the like-minded line of thinking, just them. I don't mean all of them, I just hope I know I hurt probably a lot of people's feelings, and I don't mean to. It's just, it's hard to put the disclaimers up every 5 seconds, I have to talk it's difficult research. You gotta talk about some difficult shit. We have to get comfortable talking about it. It's not easy, but it's worth it. I mean, talk is woo. Oh my god. Um, oh, well, I had to cancel the first one because I accidentally overscheduled over Jen, and then, anyways, it wouldn't let me edit, so it's on the fly, but I'm glad you're here to make a short story longer. Spiritual abuse needs to be talked about. I've actually, printed out some research, on that. I mean, I don't know what this means, but I'm somebody that believes that words eh, oh, and I don't wanna be labeled, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't label myself. I don't try to. I don't come from a labeling system. I'm not a dynamo, okay? We don't have to be dynamos here. Um, just never mows and X-mows. Just kidding. Haha. Um, but, I forgot. Pretty much, I don't like the labeling thing, but I really do believe that what the words that you say, like if I sit here and, Jason, if he's not feeling good or whatever, if I just say, "Oh, babe, well, don't look at it like this, look at it like this." I try to bring out the positive things, I'm not over bubbly positive, trust me, and I'm not over bubbly negative. I'm not either one. That's one thing I try to pretty much maintain, I think, allegedly, a balance of, but, I'm human. And, so but, I mean, I believe that the words we speak, they do have power. You can't take them back. Um, and I mean, you can talk and say just totally ignorant things and yeah, not even know, And then later on, you're like, "Oh my god, I should have just shut up. So why do I have a weekly thing? I don't know." Wow, cheers, huh? Oh, I love you too, Aguilar. It's just us talking. That's what I love, though. It's just us talking. That's what's cool. And I love Lily's here take. I really do. Once magical thinking is accepted, then it's hard to call out those who build on it unless you admit to your own magical beliefs to be the foundation of the abuser's legitimization of their actions. And I do fear that. I'm like, because I've got to be indoctrinated to my own certain level, you know, um, just from not knowing any better and just, you know, going through life, popping bubbles and stuff. Boop, boop, you know. And then murder happens, and, I'll never forget I know somebody's got it over in Hawaii. It would be nice if they did. But Uncle Charles had his testimony, that I'd found, and then I believe I brought it to my Aunt Susan's, and I have never seen it again. He titled it, "I had not yet met a Mormon." Powerful. I wish I had it. God. I mean, I look for it all the time, hoping I took a picture of it because I'm a freak like that, you know? It just but he started it like that, and this is whenever they were in Hawaii in the LDS church, she was serving as a whatever, primary I don't know all these I still don't know all the terms, you know that, and my ear just started ringing really loud. Kinda caught me off guard. Oh. Thanks, Trace. You do me and Donna, we love hearing your voice. You have a soothing voice, Trace. Trace does. But anyway, so my uncle Charles had wrote, I had not yet met a Mormon, and so that means he testified. You know how they testify, right? And it's his testimony. And it was about, I do remember little things about it. Like that the kids over in their stake in Hawaii used to call him Mr. Lori, and he thought that was cute, you know. And but he would just say, he admitted to him uh being an alcoholic, and how when he met Lori's family, um he they didn't drink, and so he was just it's something he kind of had to be like, "Oh, okay." It's a culture shock, it's cultural differences. You're like, "How can you have fun without a cigarette and a beer?" Just saying. Um and so but he appreciated that. He I think he did. That's what I got from it. And I mean, there are a lot of good qualities from this, but there are so many toxic ones coming out of that too. And I mean, I don't think the good outweigh the bad. I think the bad outweigh the good. And so it really genuinely bothers me from the bottom of my soul. I don't know religious studies, far from it, you know. Uh, I was born Catholic, I was christened when I was a baby. Um, my Uncle Jerry's my godfather, and my nanny was Joan, but, it was my mom's best friend, and she passed away. Not, her and either her birthday or something had just passed, but anniversary. But anyways, I mean, so I wasn't close to my godparents. Uncle Jerry's my Uncle Jerry, But I went to catechism because my mom made me, but, I just, I don't know. I had better things to do or not, and I've always believed and I know not everybody's gonna agree with this, and that's okay. That's what, makes the world go round. I believe in a higher power. Whatever power is, that's what I connect to, and that's what I love. And, so I guess if you had to label it, maybe it's just more spiritual? I don't know. I don't know. I don't have the answers. I don't think any of us do, even those who experience near-death experiences and things like that. Um, I think, something happened to me whenever my uncle was murdered. It shocked my system, and I've never felt things and I know it's trauma. It's trauma. It shocked me, and, I mean, just things were different, you know? Everything prioritized itself for me. I was just like, "Oh, okay, okay." I wish things would organize for me because 'cause that'd be a big help, but, um I mean, that's when things kinda just the important things were at the top, at the forefront, right? And then we had, the pandemic, and then Jason had that thoracotomy right before the pandemic. That's a huge surgery. My parents were not here. They were uh, Hooker had flew in from Hawaii, extradited. So, yeah, I'd have been there too, but I couldn't, you know? And, I mean, it was just a very difficult and scary time. It really was. And, it's just been nice to be able to have an outlet here. Um, So there's veneer or glossy with many Mormons. You could say shiny, happy Mormons, laughing, positive, smiling. And you see all this in Lori's family, even while the kids, even while the kids are missing. Yeah. It's that positive, superficial uh, front. And this is me. I see it in Ruby. I see it in Jody. That perfectionism, that church image, just like the church does. Don't you dare talk about the damn church. They get offended. Have you noticed that? Like Jody threatening people, like, go and I want everybody right now, go and like my video now. There's no reason that you don't. And just like, what the fuck, Like that's not how this works, right? So, okay, slow your roll, girl. Plus, she's probably going through some menopause. So, you just don't talk to people like that with that superiority complex, whatever the hell. I'm not a damn professional expert or nothing. I'm just a people watcher. I observe, and it's interesting. I learn a lot from observing and just kind of feeling out the room. Like reading comments, whether yeah, and I mean, I don't read comments in person, but you know what I'm saying. I read the room. I read people. I can just be like, I can meet somebody, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. I know whether I'm gonna want to engage a conversation with that person or not. After that, it's just it doesn't take me long, and it's nothing personal. It's just like it's a good feeling, I guess, but. Exactly. Jay. How? Where? Who? 2.5 million people watched her abuse her children. Sickening. And some of them are the snark, channels, and I appreciate them. I do. I think everybody, when we become elevated so high that we cannot take constructive criticism. I'm not saying bash anybody like I do sometimes. I'm just saying, I'm working on it. But not to bash people, but just constructive criticism. If I say, Jody, if I typed her comment and said, Jody, and she wasn't in jail. Jody, I value you as a human being, and but I don't like the way you know what I mean. I don't know. Just I already forgot, but it just when you get above being a humility is what it is. When you get above that and you're too good to be, to laugh at yourself or to say, you know what, and just kind of have that reflection and just say, why are so many people like, leaving me bad comments about my parenting? I mean, I would be like, what do I need to do? How do I need to be what am I doing that's different? Like that would be my social cue. I learn a lot just from chatting, just from these cases, just from, this happening and then these cases. Um and just social, networking and everything, the social media and stuff. But, I learn a lot from other people who throw comments, like we have a conversation about it and I learn that way. But that's just me. I'm very observant. I like to watch and learn. That's me. Don't stand over my shoulder and like tell me because I'll freeze and I lock up. It's not cool. Y'all seen it so many times. Yeah, I agree. We all need to have learned better how to protect and take care of ourselves in a health crisis or practice for something worse. Yeah. I don't want anybody to go through this. And, grief, loss, those things are going to happen. It's happening now. It happened in the past. We've had loss, whether it be our pet or a rock. I mean, people get attached to things, right? Um, and I mean, when those are gone or whatever, that's a loss. And I think that instead of, you know, how do I say this? I've been told many times that I'm too sensitive. And I would rather somebody had punched me in my stomach or backhanded my face than to tell me that I was too sensitive. I was like, "What? What does that even mean? Maybe you're a bitch." You know? I mean, I'm just saying, like, it just it took me back, and I was just like, "Oh my god." And so I started doing research. This is right after Uncle Charles was murdered. And it's how I took it. I was hurt by that, I was just like, "Why?" Because I feel? Because I have feelings? Because I like to talk about I obviously like to talk about my feelings, emotions, and, it's just a highly sensitive person, um, and, you can come from a background of, abuse, neglect, emotional neglect, and things like that, and I mean, I know a lot more about myself now than I did 4 years ago, and definitely more than 40 years ago. This is the best, most loyal group I've ever seen on YouTube, and I'm not just saying that, right? We have the best. We really do. You guys rock. They do. Thank you for saying that. I'm glad you're here a little bit. I hope you feel better. I really do. Thank you, Jax. That was JJ's middle name, Jackson. Joshua Jackson. Thank you. Um, I'm an empath. Yeah. I'm assuming a lot of you guys are too. We tend to birds of a feather flock together. If not, we learn. We're just ships passing. It's cool. 100%. Thank you. That means so much to me. Yeah, especially when they aren't in your shoes, Rain, right? And vice versa. It's like, I can be complaining because, I think it's a Shakespeare quote, but Imma mess it up because I don't y'all know. But it's something to the tune of, complaining about your shoes or not having shoes or something, and you look over and that person doesn't have any legs, and so you're just like, "Oh, yeah." It's just being humble and kind. Tim McGraw, straight up. Oh, your maiden name was Jackson? Oh. Uh, I mean, JJ was Kanan Todd, and then Lori and Charles changed it to Joshua Jackson, but it's Jaxon. Thought that was interesting too because of the whole Jackson County, you know. Oh, very perceptive. Thank you. I think so too. I know, right, Carolyn? I'd rather be sensitive than a damn sociopath, right? You always say some good comments. Also, Utah, right? Utah. Angela says, not too sensitive, very perceptive, in my opinion. I believe trauma opens that up for many of us. I like to think it's a superpower. I do too. Just like now, I'm pretty certain that common sense is a superpower. Not everybody gets it. Myself included. I'm just like, "What?" I have my moments. And so that this what struck me earlier, listening to Kevin. He was basically wanting his kids to prove their worth, just like the church wants you to prove your worth to them, to get into a kingdom in your afterlife, which nobody knows what happens when we die. Uh, no, nobody, you know. Yeah, we're all gonna die. And I mean, I didn't come to terms with that until JJ and Tylee and Charles were murdered. And then I was like, "Oh my god." I got over it real quick. Um, I'm a deeply reflective person, and I remember I was like 14 and I had taken some glamour shots and they're horrible. But anyways, went to catechism right after that. Looked like a hooker. And anyways, but I was not. Oh, thank you for becoming a member, Rain. Right. Thank you. Glad to have you. An empath, is that the same as feeling what others feel? I feel what people are going through it and it drains. Yes, that's it. You're an empath. Trust me. And so you have to like give yourself in doses. You have to maybe pre-plan some things or I'm gotten worse since the murders and everything. And I don't know if it's because that and just the like the compounding of everything. Yeah, it was a lot of, trauma-based, life events that happened, just rapid succession, and then hurricanes and, oh my, Trauma Tour 2020, right? And, you just have to as I don't we don't have a choice, so you just are resilient because you don't have a damn choice. So, I just saw something fly. That was weird. And nobody ever will, right? Yeah, so we don't know what's after this. We don't. We can act like it that's the control freak in us, trying to I've gone into more, Mormon-based, forums, because nobody would tell me still to this day, I don't know if it's just because it's like I don't know. Nobody's just ever been like, "Okay, let me explain Mormonism to you." Nobody. I mean, maybe in little spurts and here and there, and it's just on this subject or that subject, it's just never like, "Okay, here it is." And it's very complex, and I don't think it's so complicated to me, like, that's nothing should take that much mental gymnastics to navigate. My source, my God, is love. Love, compassion, um, humility, uh, it's just all those virtues and whatever. Just trying to treat others as you'd wanna be treated, I mean, I have an ex-husband who kept my son away from me for 6 years, and I don't hate him. I hate what he did. I hate what it did. Um, and there's just things you learn about yourself. I've learned a lot about myself, and I didn't allow myself to feel for 6 years, allegedly. I tried. I was like, "Yeah, you don't feel nothing. Suck them tears back in. Just look up. They'll just go back into your eye." You know? And I'm not saying that I don't know. I don't know how to deal with them besides talking about them. Um, yeah. Oh, yeah, Linda. Linda, listen, Linda. There was a lot of talk of what a great mom Lori was, of course, until she wasn't. I think she hid her mental illness behind that superficial facade. Joe Ryan divorce shows her colors. It's like those first 2 divorces. So it's like something happened with Colby's dad. You know what I'm saying? Like she got jaded. And I noticed that, and I don't know, maybe I'm just gonna put this out there and let me know if you have had the same kind of experiences, but, like, if you've dated a couple people, throughout your life or more, don't be shamed, but that means you're picky. Um, so but, like, one relationship, I would be more dominant, whereas the next relationship, they would be more dominant. Uh, or I mean, I don't know if you can be narcissist and then not. I don't know how that works, but I was an asshole. But I was hurt. I was so hurt, and hurt people. That makes so much sense to me in my life, It really just makes a lot of sense. So, hurt people, and if you look at it that way, then that means somebody hurt Ruby. that means somebody hurt Jody, Lori, Chad. We've all been hurt. We can all hurt other people. But if we don't deal with those things, then I don't, how are we to ever grow mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and all that, you know? It just is crazy because Lori was a good mom, or so we thought. That's a lot of that steam cooker, that pressure cooker of putting all these pressures on Latter-day Saint women, for sure. You know, I'm not saying that the man doesn't have it, you know, difficult in man's terms. I don't know. I don't have the answers. I try to look at all these things and I try to look at it through their lens, what it must be like, because I am an empath. I can empathize. You know, we know that Lori, and I do believe in the way that Jody's sister, I'm sorry, Ruby's sister, Bonnie, um, she made a comment about uh, Ruby, about when she was a little kid and she was difficult and she would fight and da 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 da, you know, lie and whatever. I really do think there's some hidden abuse there. I really do. And people, I mean, it's everywhere. I'm sorry, it is. It's happened to me, you know. Okay. So, ow, my damn ear. It's like, wah. Okay. Whew. That's some pretty deep uh ear whatever. Okay. No, thank you, Jenny. You are too. I think so too. I know I just lost my train of thought, but mm. He sees Nephi. Okay. There is a trend here, right? Can we say that much? I feel like I still have to preach it, you know, or say it because people don't get it. People don't understand because Lori, Ruby, Jody, they're all victims also. If you look at it the way I see it, you know. Because it's like, okay, we know that Lori was SA'd or whatever when she was. Adam had said it, you know. Well, I think in him and Rex's interview with Hidden True Crime. So you know that happens. You know, it was probably hush hush. It was probably never prosecuted. It was probably just, you know, forgive the sinner. Uh, uh, what's that saying? For thee, not me, but not for me. Anyways, uh, what's good for thee, but not for me. I don't know. But anyways, and it's such a hypocritical thing, you know? It's like good for thee, but not for me is what it is. And I think so, DJ. I really do. I really wish you would come up. I just suck at like initiating conversation and asking. And so I do it when I see people or make my orbit. And the swinger thing, right? Yeah. That's what it feels like though, DJ, like, and I don't understand the whole programmer, I don't understand. I really do need somebody to, like, dumb it down for me, and I know that's hard because mom asked me to dumb what I know down, and I'm like, "I don't know how." Trust me, I would, and I try. Um, I get better at it as I go, right? But I don't understand, like, well, who's the handler and who's the and this is with, like, MK Ultra, and I don't understand it all. Like, me and Jason were watching, it happened to come on. I watched, Chad's preliminary trial this morning, 3 hours. And you can 3 times. Wait, I can 3 times? Oh, how do you get on the show? Okay. Let me invite you from my phone. DJ is about to spit some truth. As soon as I stop talking, so I can do something. I gotta send DJ a link. StreamYard. Come on, just type it in down. Hold, please. Okay. Invite. Oh, no, I don't want to edit. Damn. My button pusher. Invite guest. Okay. Copy. I'm going paste. DJ. There you are. And sent. I'll be quick one day. Not today. But yeah, so it came on, and Steve, Detective or FBI Special Agent Daniels, and he's so animated and very descriptive, and Woods is like, oh yeah, no, don't describe it, just and me and Jason have always been kind of entertained by Daniels, Agent Daniels, and because of the way he explains things and then really drives them home. My pet cemetery is mine, he's very descriptive and he will drive it home. Then I told Jason this morning, I was like, it's crazy though, because, from what I do know, the alphabet people, agencies and stuff, they're easily, brainwashed, or you know what I mean? And so I'm just like, and so they work for the government. And so that's who they have, in mind to protect and serve, right? Nothing hanky. I'm just saying, it's just interesting. Just when you look at the dynamics of it, right? That's how I do with Lori and Chad. Where will links show up? I texted to you. I'm sorry. I texted to you. So it'll be in your text messages from me. And yay. So change plans. Scrooge. We're about to learn a little bit about some programming. Oh, yeah. That always scares me, but I can't turn it off. Okay. So here is DJ, y'all. Yay.
Can you hear me okay?
Now I can.
Okay.
What are you doing? Say hi. Yeah, he's like, hey, I have to lay like that too. That.
I can't read comments when I'm doing this. I wasn't expecting it, so.
Oh yeah. Well, me neither. I'm gonna turn them off. No. You don't have them on, right?
I can't read comments. It changed the format and everything, and I need to hold my device like this so you can hear me. If you don't hear the microphone, please let me know.
I do hear you. I was just saying that I noticed that I have to lay like that a lot on my left side, and on my as soon as I get done with this, I go and I lay, on my left side.
Well, the doctors told me that I had PTSD for so long that I overate carbohydrates, and I gave myself arthritis. I need a new right hip, left hip, and both knees, and then my right shoulder now too. So, and I'm 55, and I haven't got the surgery. I won't use the.
I don't blame you.
I'm waiting for these issues to settle down before I get surgery.
Right. Yeah. my left hip, I want to just yank it out sometimes.
Yeah, it's been like it for 10 years. For me.
It's nagging too. It's yeah. It's anyways. So this is DJ Norman, y'all. Y'all know he's been in the community since the Lori and Chad for sure. I saw him across many different channels, and I would just watch. I've read everybody's comments, as many as not everybody, but you know what I mean. And I always thought you had that DJ said a lot of interesting and sometimes scary things. I was just like, what the fuck is he talking about? Like, wow. But I was like, no, let me not. I'm not going to dismiss him. I'm not. That dude's got to have one hell of a story, So it's like, I just kind of really want to know. And I mean, I've heard you on other things, but they haven't. So, and then he also figured out, and one of the questions I have for you is, when did you pick up on like the pattern of ritual, the numbers thing? Because he's about to sound like Rain Man. It's going to freak you out.
It all came back together with recovery of chemically repressed events. So they were doing a lot of studies on special forces kids, actually, and their families. And so my paternal uncle was a Navy SEAL in Vietnam. There was people that did a lot of trauma. They did a lot of the killing, and they did it over and over and over again. And they came home and they were messed up people. And so they took kids and they were watching to see how they reacted to certain situations. And the Mormons had picked up on this, and they were using a government program called MK Ultra, which you've alluded to, which used drugs to get stuff on people, to get men drugged and feed them prostitutes and stuff. All kinds. There was multiple cases.
Caffeine, just different things.
Different devices, how to put a drop of a chemical on a certain pill that was already being taken, to make that pill do something and you didn't even know you were taking it, or a cigarette, or how to drop something in a bar on somebody, or shake a hand with somebody and pass a drug on, but the agent doesn't get all kinds of stuff.
Wow. Well, that's
so I forget what I was saying. Oh, so they were studying the kids and everything, and I was one of those, and the Mormons had done a deep dive on it. And so what they would do is the Mormon version, what they had done on me, was a severe form of trauma, and they would have multiple cameras. Almost everything I can recall was filmed, and a lot of that was because the films were re-shown to me at the age of 17 in the military, and that brought up what happened at 5, what happened at 8 years old, what happened at 12 years old. And over the course of 3 days and nights in the military in 1985, at the age of 17, I was shown my past that had been drugged. And it just really surprised the shit out of me. And so, excuse the language, I can change.
No, shit.
So I signed up for the program. So the government started drugging me. And so the government would drug me, and the Mormons were drugging me. Neither one of them expected me to recover, but the government was trying to figure out how to recover those memories. And so when I started recovering the government's memories, and they were some really good ones because they brought me into some top secret stuff, including Osama bin Laden. I've been paid by the government since the day Osama bin Laden died. And
was there a toe tag? I want to see a damn toe tag. I'm like, did he die? I was gonna take your word.
I'm confused.
I'm talking about Osama bin Laden. I'm just like, did he die? I didn't see nothing.
They didn't let him live, and I'm pretty sure he's got all his fingers. I don't think they took one of the fingers as a trophy, but the Mormons do. That would be very disrespectful in the Muslim culture, and so they don't want to play that game. So, but he's at the bottom of the sea, so nobody can ever know. So.
Shit floats.
So anyways, the government would give me unforgettable memories by meeting really famous people and being a part of stuff before it happened and stuff like that, and drug me to forget, hoping that I would recover and were going to pay the bills for the damage that they did, and they did a lot. The Mormons showed the government what they were doing, but cut the tape. And so they have this little ritual where they pantomime or pretend to talk to God from when you get to the Muslim religion, Ishmael is one of the sacrificers. Then it's Abraham and Isaac when you get to the Judaism, and when you get to Christianity. They pantomime this in temple clothes, and they got a little kid there, and then they pretend like they died.
Like
so
Santa Claus?
in the robes, the white robes.
But I mean, like a kid, like I remember Santa Claus. I remember the Easter Bunny. Like those, is it to put the imagery or something in the symbolism in the kid's head? Or
no, I must not have explained it right. So the Old Testament story of, was it Jacob or Isaac or Abraham, who was going to sacrifice their kid and took the kid out to an altar. That altar is now considered the Temple Mount, or the rock of that's where that happened. That all these fights and everything are right there with they built the church, that dome, the rock of whatever the proper name is. I'm sorry, I'm just not trying to be disrespectful. So anyways, that kid that was going to get sacrificed and God changed his mind. You know that story in the Old Testament?
I mean, I think it was Abraham.
Abraham and Isaac, but Muslims consider it Ishmael, and that's my name. That's my Mormon temple name.
Oh, wow.
So they
but you're not Mormon. That's what throws me off, you know, because I'm like, well, were you Mormon?
No, I'm a secular Jew. I was a Mormon. Yes, I was an endowed.
Oh, okay, all right.
My endowment, I witnessed a murder. That's the last murder I saw.
That blew me away because I looked on your Facebook and I was like, oh shit, you know, wow. I have that printed out actually, and I had it on my wall for a long time because I think there's a lot of symbolism in that. There's a lot of symbolism in all of this, and so I know there is because that's why I don't feel so cuckoo around you. You know.
So in a ways, I've seen 75 kids killed and some adults. But what I was trying to say is there's this ritual, a specific ritual, to where they do a pretend that they're talking to God, and God's either going to spare the child or not spare the child, and then they pretend to do it both ways. And you go through this ritual 4, 5, 6, 7 times, repeated over and over again, and they're filming it, and they cut the cameras, and then they do it the one last time, and they kill, and they put them in a black body bag and take it away, and they do specific rituals, which in my head, I could be happy to describe it, trigger warning, all that kind of stuff. So the government was convinced that the trauma that the Mormons were doing onto me was fake killing. And I was thinking people were getting killed. And they're like, oh, that's not so bad. They're not really killing people. Oh, okay, we see the trauma there. We see the value in this. We're going to pay the bills. We'll do some of this shit to him too. Yeah. And they did. And I have no problem with what the government did. It's all good. My family took a hit for it, and they haven't been compensated yet, but they're expected to be compensated if they live long enough.
Oh, Lord.
So anyways, that's what it's all about. So.
That's there, but there's so much in between that. I just don't even know where to post.
There's so much, go ahead. And I didn't know I was coming on tonight, and so I don't have sound bites, so I don't have practice lines or anything. Yeah. And so this is really good because you got video evidence of me being asked questions by you if you have them. And in the intelligence community, if your eyes go up or right, then you're accessing your mind for a memory. If they go up or left, you're accessing the creative side. And so all this I've done for 10 years. The right
side was your creative side. I always look up and to the right.
It's because you're also looking at a mirror image of me. So if I go this direction, that's my truth side. That's your right creative side, and you can test it over and over again. You can ask me questions, and all that kind of stuff. So
but whenever I look up and to the right, I thought that's when because that's like usually when I'm thinking, when I'm trying to recall something, and I just
upper right is thinking. It is your brain. Upper right is your brain. It is thinking. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Because I always the lying thing. If you're fabricating or I don't know all the things. I'm just here for the party, but. When did you? So Chad and Lori Daybell happened, and so when did you come in? When did you start following?
That one caught my attention at the beginning because I was dealing with an advocate, an advocate who actually gave my name to Homeland Security and was my contact point. And we were following that. Both of us were following that case, and it was like both of us were like, "Those kids are not here." I said, well, especially the little girl, she might be around, but the little boy's toast. And I didn't know then that the girl was killed first before the girl. And I don't mean to be disrespectful to your family.
No, I know. No.
There's been so many of these cases that I have watched and heard about before they happen and everything. It's just another number to me, and I've got all big number.
Right? Isn't that their point? Isn't that like the end game is to just trauma, induce so much trauma on us to get us so used to wave after wave after wave of trauma? To where we're just kind of dissociating?
I don't know. I don't know what the value to the population is. I only know from my own little experiment they put me in. And the goal was, how can we do stuff to people and get them to think like we think, pay a full tithe, come back, divorce the wife or not divorce the wife, marry this woman, not marry this woman.
Run off with a therapist.
Yeah. And that's what they want to control. And using mental health as a weapon. And I've got a lot of examples on that. So, and I worked in psychiatric nursing. That's why they put me in psychiatric nursing.
Yeah. So, I forgot about that. Oh yeah, you're gonna have to rehearse and come back on.
I don't need to
Rehearse.
rehearse. Well,
Oh, freestyle. Just yeah.
off the cuff. That's what I'm known for, and I love it that way.
I'm the same way. Go ahead. Um. Well, okay. I do want to know this. Like, do you see anything with Ruby and Jody's torture on the kids?
Oh yes. Oh yeah. They were
Is
trying
that
to
ritual?
change behavior, and very indifferent to the human. I mean, the end result of it is, if they die before they're 8, they're going to heaven enemy automatically. Okay, so throw that one out the window. That's a deep theological taught thing. If you die
Right.
before
We
you're
don't know where we're going.
and there's document after document that's on the internet out there. Much of it must be real. I'm sure some of it's been fake, but that's the first thing. Well, it's on the internet. You can't believe it. No, person after person after person had talks about how they wanted to die before they were 8, so that they'd be assured to be in heaven. And the other way to be assured to be in heaven is to be murdered. If you're murdered, you don't have the opportunity to confess all your sins before death, and you bypass Mormon God's judgment. And so that just puts it into a whole different category.
Yeah, like, hold on, my mind's blowing right now. Boof.
That's blood atonement. That's what I just put it down into a sentence that made it real simplified.
Wow. So, well, yeah, I don't want to get because I was like, what about Catholic? I'm sitting here. I just have the what if.
I was
question.
raised Catholic. I went to catechism.
Yeah. So I mean, a Catholic, they believe that you can like right before you die, can what I don't know all the words, but you can basically ask
Be
Jesus to
absolved.
forgive your sins.
Be
Yeah,
absolved.
there you go, got the word. And yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but if you don't know you're about to die, then that's a whole mind
Which
effery.
is the mind fuck to get you to confess everything, and so there is some good to that. I mean, if you really have something really bugging you, because you let it out and get it done, and I guess there's some good to it. But the Mormons use that confession as evidence to use against you
Thank
over and
you.
over and over again.
Yes, I can see that. Oh my God, like I hadn't, and that whole penitence, whatever clergy penitence thing, and it's just like you said, it's manipulation. It's to blackmail you, basically.
Mm-hmm. Control your behavior.
You right. Make
Control
you
your
feel
behavior without
guilty.
drugs. You don't even need drugs.
Make
Tell
you
me you
feel
cheated on your wife, and I'm
shame.
going to use that against you, and I'm going to get a full tithe, and you're going to do this, and you're going to do this, and you're going to do this. I don't got to drug you. I don't got to do anything.
Yeah, I just gotta. Yeah, the whole culture will do it for you. The whole they do. They speak for the church. That's the church has never come out and said a damn thing. Nothing about my family. But I've heard it all from different degree of whatever Mormonism they are. Whether they're out the church. And I didn't realize that there's a spectrum of belief. There's an umbrella, and it can be everybody's beliefs are different because we're all different individuals, right? And Utah Mormonism is different than, or the Mormodor, like the Bible Belt, basically. But it's different. Like if you're, I'm sure, overseas, in the Mormon Church.
And the Rexburg Mormons are the most conservative. They're the most orthodox, except for the FLDS. The FLDS are the real Mormons. So
they're still all buds. Just know that.
They really are. The Mormons use the FLDS. That's how they get their drugs from Mexico, and a lot of their
trafficking.
Women.
And impregnating them and making babies. I don't.
They're brothers.
What's their end game besides to rule the world? Is it the whole? I think it's like the White Horse Prophecy, where because we didn't revere Joseph Smith or whatever Brigham. I don't care about the Brigham Young Joseph Smith debate because they're both dudes with penises. I mean, they're just like everybody else. Okay,
I'm pretty sure Joseph's penis got cut off and used as a relic. It's in a silver box somewhere. So. Yeah,
put that in your hat.
He's in pieces. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You have to look up coffin canes. Have you ever heard the term coffin cane?
Oh, wait, is that like those
3 words? Google Mormon coffin cane. They took Joseph Smith and Hiram Smith's coffins with blood and all that. And they dug them up and had to move them, and they took that wood from the caskets with blood stains and made them into canes, and miracles happened.
I've seen that before, but
all kinds of miracles happen. So they have other canes with his hair, his dead hair, in the cane handle and bones and all kinds of stuff. So
This is nuts.
it's
I
there.
just
It's in a
wanna-
museum. Now it's in a museum. I don't know where all the canes are.
Yeah.
Somebody else?
Oh, let me no, I put it up real quick just so everybody else
There you
can
go.
see it. I gotta move this banner thing down here, this overlay. Oh hell. Or is it behind me? I don't know. I think it's behind me.
So this is some of the paranormal nasty stuff that they don't like talk about too much and that they all deny happened. But look at the date. What date did they post that? Did they on the day he died?
Hold on, I'm trying. Let's see.
Oh,
This was June 26,
well, it used to
2023.
say June 27th, and I pointed that out a lot because that's the day Joseph Smith
for his
died, and
birthday.
they backdated it, fucker, or they redid it again. Is that a recent thing?
Yeah, it says
So
June
on the
20
day of Joseph Smith's death anniversary, the next morning you would wake up and read this as your church news.
Oh.
It
Wow.
reinforces stuff like saying the word atonement. And most people go, what the hell is this blowing atonement? Well, when I think of atonement, okay, the first thing that comes to my mind is Jesus on a cross and they got nails in his hand. They're killing him. That's what it means.
Yeah.
And so they put this image in your head with a word. And so by dates and the psychological, all of it.
Wow. This is interesting. I'm going to grab the link and so I can post it in the chat. So if anybody wants to check it out, do that and I'll do it later.
If you want to talk about these numbers and why they're so important, like this date of 627, like they posted this picture every year. This article comes up every year on Joseph Smith's death anniversary. This last one they posted on the day before so that it would be a fresh article for you to read on his death anniversary. If you want to pull up some of the stuff on my Facebook at the top, I can show you how all these people are synced in their deaths.
Okay. Just I'm slow.
Oh, no problem.
Just bear with me.
We didn't get a chance to rehearse anything. We didn't know.
There you go. That's how I look at it.
You're leaving an evidence trail. To be technical, you are.
That's what I do. Whenever all this stuff happened, all the murders happened, I turned every location service on. I'm like, I'm a ping.
Me too. I got my watch and everything. And I signed up for it.
Send me a message, I'm like, wait, why is he sharing his location? I was just like, okay.
I was just trying to show you that I was real.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
I turned it off within a minute or two.
Okay, I can't think anymore. Just can't. Okay. It's under David, right? David Norman.
No, it's under James Davidson. They're letting me use my special ops name. So it's a 5-year-old account.
James Davidson?
I deleted it over 2 years ago and it just popped back up again. I said, yeah, I'll take that.
James Davidson?
James Davidson, yes.
Oh, okay.
It's got a picture of a woman, a black woman. She's a 4-star admiral in the Navy. She was the first 4-star admiral in the Navy. Woman.
Oh, wow.
Michelle Howard.
Hold on, let me switch to this tab so you can help me. Do you see it? I don't. A woman.
What's your name, Kresha?
Yes.
So let me look here. Okay, so I can't see myself. See, Kresha Easton, Kresha K. Easton.
Yeah.
And I just requested. I already had your thing, and
really? I never get on here.
Yeah, you didn't accept me as a friend yet. Okay, okay. I just hit like on your. You should have a notification now.
I don't even. It looks so different in here, right? I'm like, what? Because I used to just navigate everything from my phone. These are my notifications.
You still there?
Yeah, I'm just looking at my notifications
on Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook. I don't know how to navigate it really well.
On Kresha K. Easton, it's the hourglass bell. And I'll just resend you. I'll cancel the friend request and resend it.
Yeah, there you go. That way it's on the top. Appreciate it. Everybody can see all my notifications. It's okay. I share.
My Facebook's been really weird.
Really? I don't know how to navigate in here anymore.
We'll go to the top of Facebook and just hit re-enter again and reload it.
Oh yeah. Duh.
Be a hard push.
Thank you.
Or a soft push.
I mean, it would be in my notifications, right? Right.
It'd be at the very top too.
I don't
Unless you
see
only
it
have
all.
notifications from friends.
I do. Well, but
I can
not
do
if
it.
you send a friend request. I don't even know.
I
Let
can do
me
it
let me
another
type
way
in
too.
friend request and see. I know, y'all. I'm a boomer when it comes to this because I jumped from knowing everything about Facebook to using nothing but YouTube. So
And I will send you a text message on the messenger too. Let's see, Crusha.
here's all my friend requests. Oh, there's Angela. Where's what? Let's see.
Okay, I just sent you a messenger, so you have to go up to the top and look for the not your friends.
Oh, that's groups. Damn it. Oh, look at that. Oh, bam, 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 bam. Shuns Ballard. Oh, crap. I mean, can I just look at your page without having to be a friend?
Yeah, if you type in James Davidson, it should show up as a black
Okay.
woman.
Let me just try this again. Let me do James Davidson.
Yeah, I am hard to find.
Oh, hey.
It's a
Hey,
picture of a black woman. There it is, right there. Whoa! I already got requested.
right here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There I am.
Confirm. Confirm. Oh Lord, look at them and all that. They look like they work at KFC.
It is a KFC picture.
I know. I just confirmed it.
See, it's difficult. You can't become my friend, and that's the bugs they have. They have all these tools from the NSA that are stolen and misappropriated.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Why they got to be difficult research? Well, okay. Well, here's this. Can we?
Yeah, pull one up.
Okay, I'm going to pick this one.
Okay, that's Jeff Holland. We're expecting him to die soon, if he's not dead already. They might be holding him on ice. See, now we're in this 10-day window. So today is.
So James, that's what was his name? Jeffrey R. Holland. So this is the one. I don't have a picture of him to show people.
Just got out of the hospital.
He's an apostle, one of the 12 apostles. Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to
blow that up so you can see those where I have the color coding. Those are the same one date out of 365 dates that his family gets numerically synced, and every apostle's like that.
Why does it get? Okay.
Can you zoom it in? See, I use the mobile networking.
I don't think so. I mean, I just tried and it got small. Let's see. Y'all? Okay, I feel like an old person. Okay, that's as far in as I can go, I think. Let me try. I don't give up. I don't give up easy. So. Come on. The only thing getting bigger is Facebook. Not your picture.
I can just give a brief talk. So he's got a born date and he's got.
Okay, sorry. I don't know what I did. Oh, look, I see the magnifier. Hello.
There it is.
There it is. Okay.
Here's. So, like a Hebrew birth, see the green where it says that he has a Hebrew birth of 9/8?
9/3.
I'm sorry, 9/3.
Mm-hmm.
It's like his dad was born 930. You don't count the zeros. According to Bruce McConkie, the zero is a Muslim concept, which it is, and it doesn't count. And so you don't have to use the zeros. You can use the zero as a placeholder, but it doesn't count. And that's how these numbers work.
Kind of like the infinity thing, right? And then
the eight inverted or sideways. Yes, infinity goes on forever and ever. But so he died on his dad's birthday, or he shares a birthday with his dad's birthday. His 123 birthday is the same as his brother's death, 1230. So just like his dad has the O for the birth in him, his brother died with the O added to his birth. See how the pattern?
Yeah. Okay, because that's something I never could. I just don't know how you. I know you use different calendars and stuff.
There's
but
three calendars.
What's the formula? What's the reciprocation of them? Is that
so they're looking for numerical syncs. So numbers 1 through 1,000. What they're trying to do is get channeling energy for a specific date. And so if there was a big earthquake on a 1, 2, 3, they would use this guy's bones. They'd use his dad's bones, and then the next big earthquake after he dies, they would use his finger. Just like Rex Lee, you'll find that in there. He was Reagan's Solicitor General, and he's Mike Lee, the senator's dad. Well, Mike Lee has the same birthday as his dad died on, and his dad died on his own birthday. And over and over again.
Mike Lee,
mathematically impossible to find this kind of stuff in general society. And every Mormon's like this in the top.
And you sound like, I'm like, what? Because I don't do the numbers, right? I suck in math. I suck with numbers, but I do get patterns, you know, I can see things in that, but I just haven't learned it, you know. Anyways, it's your wheelhouse, but but so I mean, so where do you get the information, like the data? Does the data
so every person has a birthday and eventually a death day. Right. So just go with a birthday. So my birthday is January 21st, 1968. Mm-hmm. On the Julian calendar, that is January 8th. So in the Soviets or the Eastern Orthodox religions, they follow the Julian calendar. Now, on the Hebrew calendar, I'm a Tevet 20. That's my birthday, Tevet 20. So that either gives me a 1020 or a 420, depending on which cipher you're going to use. So I've got 4 birthdays. Everybody has 4 birthdays. So when I say that's a 1 chance out of 365 that he's got the 9-3, but they added the 0, so there's a 1 out of 3 chance or whatever, 3 chances out of 365, and it goes over and it repeats over and over again. Well, now you have 4 calendars, so it's less than a 2% chance. But you got to do the math to understand all that. The point is it's these same dates that line up in every family over and over and over again, and they tell a story. I was part of the pre-planning to help get that there. And so you get calculators. There's 2 calculators. You'll need a Julian calculator.
I'm looking one up right now. But wait, it's bringing me to an Adobe damn thing. Would this work? No, I'm gonna show you. Would this work?
No.
Okay.
Go to Google and type in Gregorian to Julian calculator.
Okay. Gregorian. Y'all, thank y'all for being patient. It's really interesting though. To Julian.
Well, it's how they hit it. And even Utah statehood. Utah became a state in January, but when you convert it to the date to a Julian, it's Joseph Smith's birthday. That's how they hide stuff. The Masons do this too, but this is a Mormon Masonic form when you hide it in death.
Oh, wow.
You build a building, you're a big architecture, you put your signature on it by putting the building to be a certain number tall or a certain number of stones or a certain number of feet, and you smirk about it, tell your family.
That's something that the Mormons do talk about in a lot of their writings and scriptures. And
they've done it with death to their own mommy and daddies. Every one of them.
Okay, there you go. I mean, that's just, Okay, so this is
put today's date in there if you want to.
Right.
Which would be 9-3.
It's in there. Oh, today's date? This one right here.
Well, it's 9/16 where I am.
Oh, yeah, me too. Hashtag me too. Okay. All right. AD. Yes. After. All right. And then go ahead. What next?
Get date.
Get date. This is how you get a date, y'all. September 16th.
Oh, that you don't want to go with that, Julian. You want to go with the other. So you want to type in for your keyword to get the right calculator. That's the wrong calculator. That's a different. Okay. It's real complicated. Go to Google again, please, and go to Gregorian to Julian calendar, and let me see the options to choose one, and it'll give the same format that we're used to.
Okay. So here's my search.
Can't see.
It says, well, I didn't even punch it in.
There you go. There. Yeah, go to Casio, that one, the top one.
Okay, that's the first one I picked. And I was like, no, let me go to the other one.
Yeah, that's the one I use all the time.
Okay. Oh,
you can put your birthday in there if you want. If you want to display your birthday, you put my birthday in there.
I don't mind.
January 21st.
They done tricked my family out. 1978. I know some people, it reveals a lot about a person. I don't want to put execute at all. No, I'm joking. Anyways, what do I do? Execute?
Yes.
Okay.
And so what does it say?
I don't know. Let me blow this up.
What's your birthday?
May 3rd, 1978.
Oh, my mom's birthday backwards. Yeah. Oh, 426. There's a 420.
What?
Are you 420?
No.
What does it say your Julian birthday is? I can't read that small right.
My Julian birthday is April 20th, 1978.
You're a 420 like me. I have a Hebrew birthday of 420. So you happy holidays.
Me too. No, I'm
Yeah.
just kidding. I didn't know that. And
So
I don't
your
smoke weed.
birthday backwards is my mom's birthday, and then you also share your Julian birthday is my true Hebrew birthday, 4th month, 20th day, and we're marijuana
I remember
holiday.
you telling me that before. So little things I remember, but
anyway, that's how you do a psychologically. I'm connecting to you now. I'm kind of saying, oh wow, we share our birthdays, and your mom and my mom, and and then and so that's part of the confirmational bias that when you have mommy's finger bone in your hand, we're connected.
Wow.
And God did this. It's been my whole family line.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Yeah. Wow.
So let's find so
pin
pin this one if you don't mind. Pin this one, and now go find the Hebrew date converter, Hebrew calendar.
Oh, you mean go find it?
And so then I'll tell you your birthdays. Your
wait,
birthdays
do I find it on the same page I was on, the Hebrew? No, I got to go open another tab. Okay. Now, what do I type in? Hebrew calendar?
No, Hebrew date converter.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's the modern Hebrew calendar, but civic.
Let me do that. Modern. Okay, now let me show you this. Share this tab instead. Okay.
Yeah, that was the top one, the Hebcal. Hebcal. There you go.
All right, Rosh Hashanah. This is
today's the second day of the new year. But it's the 7th month. So Bruce McConkie fixed that, and so did Nelson. But we'll talk about that later. So May 3rd, 1978.
Where do right here?
The month, yes.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just not very mobile around here.
1978. And do you know what time you were born?
3:46 a.m.
So before sunset. Unclick the after sunset. See where it says the blue check? Yeah, there you go. Now convert. You're a Nissan 26?
I don't know where. Oh, yeah.
Does that say Nissan 26?
Why does it say 57? It says Nissan.
That's the Hebrew year. So it's
5738.
They've had the calendar for 5,738 years if you consider 355 days a year. So, anyways, you're a 126 half Hebrew birthday, January 26th, and you're a 726 biblical Hebrew. So you have this birthday as the FBI. So FBI has her birthday as July 26th, and so you're that. And backwards, that's Joseph Smith's death day. So congratulations, you have a really good Hebrew birthday for this in the paranormal world. And I'm also doing the hype and the spin, making you feel fluffy.
My daughter, remember, she has she was born December 23rd, and
Joseph Smith's birthday. And you got the Joseph Smith's reverse death day. So we could transfer Joseph Smith's spirit into you with the right ritual, but you probably don't
fucking think so. How about
that's
that?
how you do it. That's how they do it, though. Because you're connected to Joseph Smith now through numerically. You've got his reverse death day, so we could put his spirit in you, and they do.
Well, I don't like that.
And also the 420 is Hitler's birthday, so we could get you to thinking. Really, you can put Hitler there too. Hitler got put into me a lot.
What the hell? I feel it, once a month. I'm just kidding.
And they're doing this while you're drugged, and you're like, I don't believe in spirits. You're bullshit, this and that. Next thing you know, you walk away and you don't know what the hell happened. But when it comes back in your memories, it's like you got Hitler's voice being played on headphones, and you're watching World War II and torture scenes and death and everything, and it's like, and it really fucks your head out because you don't know the rest of the story.
Would this have to do with like what Chad and Melanie and Lori were saying about Brandon, how he come from the Nazis and he was dark? Is this what they're doing?
When I see your birthday at 420, my confirmational bias is going to associate you with Hitler or marijuana smoking.
Right. So, the first one was marijuana.
Right off the bat.
Yeah.
And you got to overcome that with time, and most people won't give you time to overcome that. Especially if they already think you're dark. Oh yeah, she's got a Hitler's birthday. Yeah, that explains it.
So is that what they're doing? Is that what Chad, could be doing? Is that how they were rating my family?
Part of it. That's part of the process.
What the?
You share a birthday with a prophet, you could be very special. But if your numbers all line up and they cling a bell and somebody's spinning it like I'm spinning it, I'm connecting you to the FBI and Joseph Smith's death date, to my mom.
I want to do my mom. Oh, I don't want to do mine. That sounded horrible.
I'm curious. Because I know they've
January.
already crunched
She
your
was
entire
born
family,
January 19th, 1961.
which is 911 reversed. So it's right there with those, and that's the same day JJ or Tylee was born. 911, 119. They have all that's in there.
Wow.
So you're a
And
5-2 or a 112. So that's a 112 biblical. That's
mom,
the
this is my
11th
mom.
month. That's
I
the
don't know
11th
what
month.
time she was born.
It doesn't matter because 18 of the 24 hours are before sunset. So
Okay.
mathematically, she was most likely born before sunset. And then they have an extension. They say, well, what time was it in Israel? And so that's 8 hours plus. So don't worry about that.
Okay.
But those are the rules. I mean, so that they actually have rules that do this, that allow them to transfer spirits, and they're mathematically like an accountant, and they keep track of it.
So it is magic, right?
It is magic. It's dark magic.
Wow.
And Anton LaVey, the Church of Satan founder, was part of it. He's the one that picked up on this as half Hebrew. So like when I say that Shavuot, the month of Shavuot, that's the 5th month half or the 11th month full biblical. And so when you go biblical, your mom has a biblical birth of 112. That's the old way to call 911. And that's her backwards birthday, 119. And so it's like, whoa. And so that's confirmational bias that I'm building into it. But that is magic. Your mom is magic number. Your mom is even more
Just like
magic
I was
than you.
saying with words, I try to, if I speak it, then I'm like, oh hell, I don't put it out there, So I guess that's magical thinking.
It is magical thinking. You have to have the magical skill set thinking like that. And they teach it in the temple really quick, and you're drugged to forget, and it becomes magical.
Wow. Wow. And I don't go in the temple, but still, it's just like I'm conditioned this way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm just okay. Wow. Okay. So I mean, I don't quite get it all, but I won't.
But
and so look, I put her birth date in here, and I didn't do this, did I? Yeah.
So what was Tylee's birthday? 924.
Yeah, her birthday 9/24.
So that's 9/11 Julian, and her grandma was born 119 backwards, and so your whole family's already got a sync. And so when we start finding stuff like that, it's really easy. Well, if we kill this one on this one, they all line up, and that's how they.
She's not biological though.
Okay, and that makes a difference. That makes a difference.
Yeah,
but it's hard to get them to line up. But you just had the granddaughter and grandma that just lined up like that, and that's not so common.
Wow.
And they're terror dates, 911.
Oh my God! Right. Oh wow.
Which is Mountain Meadows, which is what this is all about. In 1985, the Mormons were convinced that Microsoft was coming out in 1986. And it was going to be on every computer, and they were expecting the creation of the internet. The internet was the Navy's ship-to-ship communication system, and they had just released it to some big tech companies in the 80s, and the internet was going hot. And so we were discussing all this stuff, and the Mormons were going to scrub Mountain Meadows Massacre from the thing. And so in a paranormal way, people were pretending to be in the future, and somebody pretended with authority that no, I'm reading all about Mountain Meadows, and they were just telling them all about Mountain Meadows, and they say you didn't get rid of it. And Mormons were pissed, and they were convinced that they were really in the future. And so there's a lot of this in there like that.
Wow, that's advanced.
But they are getting to the point where they can scrub stuff now.
They do.
They're getting really good at scrubbing post within seconds. Yeah, AI picks up on it.
Look, I noticed a while back that they put, I orbit, right? And so I was researching somebody, and it led me to LinkedIn. So I was in LinkedIn, and then, of course I see a lot of Latter Day stuff because that's mainly the people I look up, right? And so in there they had a bunch of ads. The church did a bunch of ads for the tech, like 250 open positions for they were building up this cyber, and you have to have, which is discrimination, you have to have a temple recommend in order to even apply for the job and get that job. Like if I wanted to go get that job, which I do not, but you know what I'm saying? Like that's discrimination. They don't care. They're not a respecter of persons, in my opinion.
So now you have 4 birthdays. Your birthday is 5/3, 4/20, and you're also a 7/26 or a 1/26. You have 4 birthdays, and then you go backwards. Now you have 8 birthdays. So you have 8 birthdays out of 365 days. Now, if every one of your family members died on one of those 8 days using that 3 cipher method, it'd be really suspect. That's what we're talking about.
my son's birthday is this day, January 1st. This is
But
my mom's birthday, right? That I typed in right here.
what's January 1st?
Wait, why does it say January?
Because you're converted January 1st,
Oh
1961.
wait, hold on. It's 19. Hold on. Uh-oh. Come on, execute. This is my mom's birthday.
Yeah, her birthday is January 6th. That's the most common day to die.
Mm.
That's why your mom's birthday scared me. As soon as I saw it, I was like, your mom would be the first one they're going to mark because it's the highest.
They did mark her.
I know she is. I can tell by the numbers. I'm just not
Yeah,
trying to create.
That's before Rhonda. That's before Rhonda came out. Yeah, that's before we learned that my mom, they were going to start working on her because their reasoning was because of the life insurance, which she had nothing, she wasn't like Charles,
And that's the date they had the riot in Washington, D.C., but it's the most common day to die. So, and basically, it's because of the holidays. So you go visit family on Christmas, you get the virus of flu, cough, and it kills the old people. By January 6th, it's already killed. And so that's the highest death day in the United States.
Wow.
Which is Brigham Young's birthday backwards, 6/1. They love that.
Oh, I bet they do. It is crazy how the whole there's the two camps, there's people that believe that Joseph Smith is the prophet and that Brigham Young is basically like a false prophet, and so
I've been following it.
It took me a long time. I was just like, what? Wait, so okay, whatever, I'm just here. But I mean, it's fascinating as well because I'm just like, maybe I don't see it. I don't know. Maybe I don't want to. But
what's your mom's Hebrew birthday?
Let's go look. Let's take a gander. January 19th, convert to Hebrew. I think
that's right. 5 2 or 112. You already got it.
Yeah, so that's mom. And then how I told Alex's birthday was January 18th. I don't know what year, but January.
So get 18th. This. Did you realize that Alex's birthday is the reverse of Chad's?
I saw that in some of the things you've sent me before.
And then all these people died on the reverse birthday of Alex. And yes.
And Melanie Gibbs' birthday is January 1st. I don't know what year. Oh,
I didn't know that.
Just kidding. But because when I learned that, I was like, oh.
And you never told me Lori's sister birthday.
Stacy. I don't.
Or Death Day, especially Death Day.
I sent a picture to you, but let me look it up real quick. Because I found it. Oh, I emailed it to you, I think, because of where I was.
And see, Lori's mom's not dead yet. And so her mother's selective death date would really put another really good sync in all those numbers if they selected just the right number.
That's nuts. Oh, man. I wish I had all this.
And if they know her medical history, they can make sure it's done with natural causes. And they do know your medical history by hacking.
No shit, huh?
Oh, and that's what the Soviets were trying to teach us because they were in part of this paranormal in 1985. And it was the more you know about someone, the more likely it is that you can kill them in the real world or in the paranormal world by getting in their head or getting in their medicine or getting in their electronics. They didn't have electronics then, but it was coming.
Well, yeah. And I mean, all our life is in this,
If somebody has a bad heart and they've been going to the heart doctor for 5 years, pronounce them dead by heart attack, give a date, and go make it happen. You can scare them. You can do all kinds of stuff to make it happen.
I mean, just like my Jesus card,
I remember.
It gets like whenever, what happened in, crap, it was, in this one of these stories, I want to say it was Jody and Ruby. I'm trying to think of what I'll think of it. But it was something to the effect of like being intimidated, Adam Steed. Adam Steed did his interview, with Mormon Stories podcast and Hidden True Crime. And actually it's Adam's story, or he might be in it. Donna knows. She told me about it. The Scout is the name of the Netflix series. It just came out and I got to go watch it probably tonight. Whenever. But Adam Steed, he was one of Jody Hildebrandt. She tried to ruin. Like he was the Boy Scout of America whistleblower,
You should see what they've done to me. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's terrible. So whenever he said, on his way to Mormon Stories podcast for that interview, he walked out, him and his wife and his baby, and they were going to get into their vehicle, and there was a Band-Aid thrown in the second car garage, whatever. I didn't really understand. But, and it said something, I don't remember what it said. Somebody wins or something. I don't know. And it's an intimidation thing, you know? And I mean, it could be you're thinking like when it was small, when my circle of cult was small, when Alex was alive, when, I was just like, what about the rest of them? When he died, I was like, what about the rest of them? I didn't learn that it was allegedly could be possibly fudged a little. 16 million members worldwide. That's scary, when you think about people who what they will do for their beliefs. JJ and Tylee, Charles, Tammy, and Joe are all, and Alex are freaking proof of this.
And the killers have power. They know your medical records. They know your travel habits. They know where you work. They know your kids. They know everything about you. They probably, if you go to the temple, they've already taken your keys out of your pocket in your locker and made a copy of a piece of clay. So, yeah, it's not good.
And the way that technology is, it's just, I don't know what I did with that damn picture. I could probably Google it faster. I think so. Stacy, come on, give me my keyboard. What the hell? Uh-oh. Give me my keyboard. Oh, hell. My keyboard won't come up. There it goes. Okay. Stacy Cox Cope.
Yeah, your mom's got the Julian birthday of the most common day to die, reverse 911 Gregorian birthday, and a 112 biblical Hebrew, and a 52 Osama bin Laden's death date for the 911 crime as her half Hebrew. I got a lot of concerns for your mom, and I hope she's well taken care of.
Oh my God. That's scary. I'm sure, it's like at this point you welcome death. You're just like, fuck it.
No, you got to fight these people.
No, I mean,
door,
as
shoot them.
far as like coming to terms with things, and I've heard Larry, I've even thought this and said this, like at least I get to go see my family. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know, but it gives me something forward, rather than just being like, well, that's the end of existence. I don't know.
Well, Pula Joseph's going to take a few of them with you because he killed several before he left.
Oh, right. Okay, Stacy Lynn Cope, June 17th, 1966 to May 21st, 1998.
May 21st. Do that.
Almost.
Do that end date. The May 21st one first, please.
Okay. I'm like, what? Okay, May. Do our end date?
Yeah. It's always the murder date. It's always the end date.
Oh.
It's the most important. If you're trying to quickly go to something to see if it's signed.
Okay, converting.
825.
If a IR.
Listen, that's we're going to call it the 8th month or the 4th month, and so it's got Catholic all over it because it's got a 425, and that was Pope John Paul II died 4/2/2005, so he's the 425 Pope. But that's a 225, and so it's that's weird. So the biblical on that one is 2 second month. Eeyore is the second biblical month, and it's the 8th half Hebrew month. So it's either a 225 or an 825.
May 21st. I'm looking on this other one. May 21st, 1998. Okay.
That is a cute pattern if you think about it. So biblical Hebrew says 225, which is her birthday backwards +1. She died. That's the pattern that's commonly found. So 521 backwards, or 521 +1 backwards. And so that's one of the things. You don't have to worry about that. That's part of that skill set of working too hard with my brain for a decade now on this case. You got to see the movie 23 by Jim Carrey. Have you seen that one?
I need to. I mean,
that's my death date. I'm supposed to die 2/3/2049, which is my birthday on the Julian calendar, 121.
When am I supposed to die?
Huh?
Do people even want to know that? When am I supposed to die?
Oh, we didn't predict your death. My death was predicted as part of this memory recover thing. So May 21st is a May 8th. I knew that one.
So, but I put her death date in there, so I'm just letting you know.
Right. Now we want her birthday. So she's a 5'8" and a 5'21" and a 225 or an 825. That's her death numbers.
And she's a June 17, 1966.
Which is 6'3". 3 6s backwards. That's kind of scary.
Okay.
Oh, 6'4". Mormon Jesus. That's Mike Lee's birthday too. Mormon Jesus' birthday birthday. I mixed the numbers. I see I got to take 13 away, and I got all these different numbers in my head, so I missed it by a day. Sorry, but yeah, 6'4". She's a 6'4". So that's Mormon Jesus right there, backwards 4'6". That's special. Also, Mike Lee was born that day, 6'4", and it's the day before Reagan died, but we won't talk about that. But I want to see that Hebrew number, 617. Okay. And that's also the date of a big shooting. That's the date of the Charleston shooting, where the modern day Reverend Pinckney, he was a modern day Reverend Martin Luther King, he got shot, and that was one of the ones that was in the program.
June
6/17.
66. Wow, I'm not fast on the keyboard here. Okay, there you go.
1968. The year is always critical in Hebrew.
Yeah, her birth date is June 17th. Oh, I'm sorry, 19. Thank you. 66.
Yeah, that changes everything.
Let's try that.
Ooh, that's Lori's birthday upside down.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Lori's upside down birthday. 929. She was born 626. You see how this is working?
Yes.
Her sister has her upside down birthday on the half Hebrew calendar.
Oh my God! Wow. Let me see if I can find Laura's, the baby girl. Let me see if I can.
We're doing good here, Krista. We're planting seeds and we're leaving a video record that shows how it's done. And all you need now is the Hebrew calendars to figure out what number he just made up. Because I know Sivan is really the biblical third month, and it's the 9th half Hebrew month. Nobody else knows that until they get into studying this a little bit. That's why it's so easy for me to, and I have all this memorized. And so nobody else has that either. But I've left all that evidence in my electronic record.
My phone's like, it always locks up on Google.
I can't believe her sister had her upside down biblical half Hebrew birthday. 626 and 929.
Rialto, California. I'm just going to try that. Okay, Laura Lee Cox. Our obituary is... she was 6 weeks old. View newspaper. Let's go there. I guess I don't freaking know. Not like it tells me anything. Oh! I accidentally switched back onto the.
We'll never find out. It's not listed.
I mean, that's all they do is the genealogy crap. So. Thursday. Okay. What was this date? August 7th, 1971. Oh, whatever day that is.
That's a published day. So it was before that.
Yeah.
They didn't have turnaround of dying. You're in the newspaper that day there. And if you were a kid, 6 years.
August 7th, 1971 was a Saturday. So it was that Thursday. So the 5th, August 5th.
Which was that? We just saw that backwards. 8-5. We just saw the 5-8 with the other sister. Did you see that on the last one?
Yeah, on Stacy.
June. So the Julian date of her, it's a 5-8.
Oh, let me go to Julian. Okay, here.
Let me go backwards one.
What do you mean?
So that's her birthday. We're looking for the death day.
Oh, wait.
That other sister died on that date. The birthday. So that's 6/17. That's the birthday. We're looking for the death date.
Okay, so I need to put.
No, go backwards one, or put the new date in there. Yeah.
Okay. I'm like, what do you mean go backwards?
So you hit the back arrow.
The death date. Okay.
Hit the back arrow, it'll show you your last calculate. There you go. 5-8.
Sure.
Do you see that 5-8? How that's 5-8 is an 8-5 on the other sister? Then that's some freaky shit.
That's me though. I'm 5'3" and 8.
That's freaky. That's freaky. When you start penciling it out and you keep track of it, what we're doing, these are all
Yeah.
matches. And to me, that's murder.
So what about Alex? Can we do Alex now?
Please.
Okay.
He's at 118 something. He's my same year, so 118.68, I believe. I was born in 68 too.
Okay, I didn't know the year, so good job. I wonder if everybody's lost, because I mean, I'm lost too, but unless it's helping me, like working through it with you. All right, so this is Alex. He is a.
But it's the Hebrew.
Oh.
And so he's 3 days younger than me, so he's going to be a 417. And that's Jesus's death date backwards on half Hebrew. So he's so special because they probably transferred Jesus's spirit in him. I don't know that. It's one of those things. Because they have to have a host that has a numerical number that lines up to Jesus.
We need Tim Ballard's birthday because he says he's Joseph Smith reincarnated.
I'm pretty sure he's been programmed by drugs in the temple.
Yeah, he's looking a little unhealthy.
He's also special forces, and so if the group comes along and shows him some videos of what happened that was clandestinely taken that will never be used as evidence in a court system, it'll spark his memory, and he'll be the best witness against them that there ever was, because he has a lot of credibility with a certain part of the population that the Mormons are trying really hard today to take away from.
I know, and I'm like, that movie, whether I agree with how I agree with the message. I don't agree with the person it's based off of, or whatever. That's all I'm saying. Don't nobody come in here and say I'm not anti-trafficking, because that's stupid. You know,
I haven't making a judgment against Tim Ballard, and I most likely never will. I don't know the true story, and I won't know the true story. He's special forces. He would, like my group, and would have signed any contract with the government if they had a right to do it and wanted to do it, and he would have been shown why it was being done, and he would have all in. And we're all just hoping we don't get seizures and die from this, like my wife. But
she didn't die, huh?
Not yet.
Oh, don't say not yet.
I know.
She's.
But anyways, 417 is critical because that's Barbara Bush's death date. Backwards 7 months, 14 days later, old man Bush, H.W. Bush, died on 11/30, which was Skull and Bones on the half Hebrew calendar, and all. And
Nelson is Skull and Bones, right? Allegedly.
And Bednar has a true biblical Skull and Bones birthday. He's a 3rd month, 22nd Hebrew birthday, and he thinks that's so special.
Bednar is your.
He's an apostle.
I know, but you always refer to one apostle, Bednar, right? Like you call him your.
He's my favorite.
Okay, your favorite. Okay,
yeah, I didn't know. He handled me as a kid. I was a kid in Cub Scouts and Bednar. Yeah.
See, I don't understand what a handler is. What are all the roles? What?
So Bednar wouldn't qualify as my handler. I only had 2 handlers. There'd be a main person that knows everything about me and is commonly around me. I had 2 handlers. I had a Mormon handler who was Lieutenant Colonel Ronald Brown, and he represented the Mormon interest, but he's also really a CIA spin. When you show him the evidence, he's like, "Oh, I'm a Mormon, but I'm not a Mormon. How can I help you?" So that's that handler, and he was the roughest on me. And then I have Dr. Alan Kirkendall was my other handler. And he's a psychologist at the VA. He retired on my birthday.
Florida?
2003. Kirkendall.
Yeah, that was my band teacher's name, one of them. But I mean, I remember seeing that name not long ago, like
Roseburg, Oregon.
Oregon. Okay, no, I mean this was like in Florida.
Yeah, so they handled me from 1985 till 2013. 2013, I went on to memory recovery. I was told to go to Aliyah to Israel. I went down and I was debriefed for my role in the Arab Spring. We don't talk about that too much anymore. And then now I'm here to deal with my Mormon stuff that I had in the military. I did a big contract in the military.
So what is their point? Like, what is the point? It's just to experiment?
Control human behavior. Make people Mormon. Make people stay Mormon. Make people marry the specific woman that they want them to marry, so that they can control that. If they're going to provide, if I'm expected to be a big wage earner, and I'm going to be very powerful, and I'm going to be groomed by the church to be an apostle or something, they want to control my life. They want to control who I marry. They want to have a really good background on me, and they can do that. And I wouldn't have a problem with it. Say, look at this woman. Is she cute? Yeah, that's yours. Go get her. Go marry her. Wait a second.
Oh, this is Galactic Storyteller. because I found something in here for JR. Wait,
He was
this is
Navy too. He was Navy too. I
well.
haven't heard him talk
The
about Navy
thing,
programming.
okay, this is gonna be. It's gonna sound crazy to anybody that is listening in the chat. Just know that I know that it sounds crazy, but I gotta get it out. So the whole thing with Chad Daybell and Tyler Ryan and him, what we all think he's referring to as limb debris, and I hate to say it, but the upcoming freaking storms, whatever the hell that is supposed to insinuate. But I mean, I really think they are all about symbolism, from the green malachite, the green color,
The baptism
Raphael is
birth
green,
dates.
the healer, it's all in that wheelhouse, okay? And so then you look at the star element, whatever, the star, I don't know what it's called. Well, a fancy word for it, but and so they have earth, wind, fire, what all that shit, all the elements, right? And so I've been finding patterns in a lot of now you'll never find it tied. It's laced in every single scripture. I can point it out and now I don't know how not to. It
That's what
sucks.
that movie 23 does. When you watch it, Jim Carrey did a good job with that.
Okay. And it drives me insane. I mean, kind of. I feel weird, But anyway, so okay, there's also the racial slur of a coon. A raccoon is dark. A raccoon is
I grew up in Oklahoma.
a raccoon is a
Not too
nuisance.
far from Louisiana, yeah.
Yeah, no.
We did coon hunting.
Well, yeah, but real coon hunting or like
No, we didn't do. I don't wear a white robe.
CIA
But I became a
style.
Mormon. When I became a Mormon, I wore the white KKK robe. But
Oh my gosh, that's nuts. Okay, so
change the hat.
okay, hold on, it's real easy for me to like. So okay, so him referencing Tylee, the limb debris, upcoming storms, whatever, burning the limb debris, and then there's that field right there by Chad Daybell's house that Lauren went, and while she was at Lori's sentencing hearing, there were some pings that happened, right there in that field from Alex's phone. I wonder if they did their own coon hunting, right there in Rexburg, in that field. I don't know. Never been. Looking it up right now. I'm sorry, Mom.
I don't think a raccoon possum or raccoon bones were never found. That I know of.
No, they were not. And, you don't I have been a hunter. I was, raised around guns to my dad would bring me deer hunting, although I just sit there and talk. He knew. But anyways, like, you don't shoot anything that you do not intend to kill. I mean, to eat. You don't bury, a nuisance, you know? You just that's not by any hunting code I've ever associated with.
No, we don't eat coon either.
Right, and
The
a
pelts.
coon is also the
The furs
racial
worth $20.
slur.
Yeah.
Hmm?
The furs
Yeah,
are
it's
worth
also
$20.
it's
Yeah.
also like, it's a racial slur. It
Yes.
means black or, the racial slur, and it means dark, it's just to me, it makes all the sense in the world, and I'm just like, okay, sorry, I cannot ever talk and type.
No, but you're right. Just like the green malachite and all that kind of stuff in the
Yeah, oh
symbolism,
yeah,
it's the
it
same thing
is
with
in
those
there.
numbers. And those numbers are the
I've got
magic to them.
charts. I've got charts where this would blow your fucking mind. I'm telling you, you'd be like, "Oh my god." But I'm not ready, like, I'd have to feel or I'd have to just know everybody's cool. Hidden true crime, and let me just hit it and see. Let me just go to the YouTube channel and look for videos. There's Janelle. Okay, let's see right here. So everybody just listen.
Yeah, I'll explain. Let me explain that really quickly too. We've
As
always
loud as
known
it
a lot
goes.
of Alex Cox's pings. We've known a lot of Alex Cox's pings leaving Salem years ago because they brought that forward when the children were missing before the children's name or even found. So that was the first information we received. And we know that they stopped, we've always known that they stopped at Buckaroo Bill's Barbecue right before the entrance of leaving West Yellowstone. They left out the west entrance.
Okay.
They come down Highway 20. And then the next ping that we knew from 3 years ago was that Alex and Lori and Tylee and JJ, those were all people that were together visiting West Yellowstone, that they arrived back in Rexburg. But the trial, we learned a lot more from FBI, that there were more pings from Alex Cox's phone, really important pings. And so one thing I wanted to do while I was here in Rexburg was to be able to visit these areas. And this is probably the area I've been wanting to visit the most because it is so curious. And now that I've been here, I'm even kind of more surprised
Me
and
too.
more
I
curious
was
because this is a service road. I thought I might find
jumping
myself
on
at
my
a gas
skin.
station or something. I'm on a service road. It was a little exit off of this highway again, Highway 20.
Which is a
they've
straight
probably
shot to
been
Chad
traveling
Daybell's
for about
house.
40 minutes. I'm taking the same route. They've been traveling outside of West Yellowstone, JJ, Tylee, Alex, and Lori for about 40-ish minutes, I would say. Maybe 45, maybe 35, give or take. And then this little street, it's 163. I'm going to double check that, but I think it was this little, it said a little 163. It's dirt, as you
Drop
can
a
see.
pin.
This is a dirt road, a lot of gnats. I know you guys tell me to not touch my face while I'm going live, and I'm touching my face.
Yeah, they're annoying.
So you can see this is rural. And since I've been pulled over and I've been wandering, and I've been here for quite a while before going live, we haven't seen anyone.
No, you can hear car traffic.
I passed it before pulling over. I had to do a U-turn to come here. It's not easily found. I don't know what they were doing here. And this is the most interesting part. So this is not, so they were, Alex's phone pinged here, but it wasn't right here. I'm going to take you.
It's on the road.
We found it. Follow me. So I just wanted you guys to get the road down there and understand how close we are to the road. But it wasn't like they just pulled over either. That is also very suspicious and very curious to me. Because if they were pulling over to like go to the bathroom and I don't know, maybe he didn't want more privacy. But we've got plenty right here now, right?
Just go sit in his empty apartment.
We're still walking though. They were still driving in here. So I don't know what was going on here and why they had to go so far in. But then I thought, okay, well, they probably just quickly pulled over. No, we're still going. We're still walking. I got the exact ping where the FBI cast data says they were. And this was not for 2 minutes. This was not for 30 seconds. I don't know how long Alex Cox would need to pee, but they were here, I would say, it was about
He's a trucker. He can do it in a bottle.
7 minutes. 5 to 7 minutes. Okay. So I've actually marked the spot so that I remember where to take you guys. So we're far. You can't see the road now. And this is the ping. But it's not here where he was for 6 to 7 minutes. He was all the way down there by those
looking for a grave.
That's where the phone pinged for 6 and 7 minutes.
Wow.
That hasn't really been explained.
No.
But those FBI testimonies, I just want to say this, they are kind of technical. They can get boring. I remember being really confused and saying during my lunch lives during the trial, I remember saying, I've got to go back and re-listen to what the FBI was saying because I need to write some notes down. And it was confusing. I don't know if you guys remember those live tweets too. But I was like, this is going over my head. It's too much. So I did. And I got the cast data, the pings. And this is one of the places. So the day Tylee disappears, the last place anyone sees her is West Yellowstone. They go to Buckaroo Bill's right before they leave the entrance. And then he doesn't go straight to Rexburg. No one drives straight to Rexburg. They stop here. He gets out, and down there, his phone pings for 6 to 7 minutes. We learned this in the trial. So since that last place I stopped, that last ping from the cast data, we've been traveling like 6-7 minutes.
I'm getting chills the whole time.
According to statements, let me get closer. I gotta get closer. I don't have my microphone. I forget. I think I'm a TV reporter and everyone can hear me. So according to statements made by Lori Daybell, she claims that they stopped in Ashton, Idaho briefly to use the restroom. She said that it was in Ashton. We're here. Ashton is tiny. And that she stopped on the same side as this root beer, Frosty
I don't
root
remember
beer.
this.
She said it was a gas station on the same side as that Frosty root beer. So if you come look right here, take us around. We are at a Chevron, and that is where she says that they stopped to clean JJ up because he had had an accident. Again, it was 6 to 7 minutes from what could be another bathroom break. I don't know. But allegedly, according to statements made by Lori, on September 8th, 2019, after leaving Yellowstone, JJ has an accident. They come here.
Okay. I just want to. I pulled up the map for Dave's. Are you here to duck?
So we're on the last ping of Lori, Alex, Tylee, and JJ's trip back to Rexburg after West Yellowstone. So again, I've taken you off of Highway 20 after they left Buckaroo Bills, and they had this stop 6-7 minutes where they were off this service road. And then we continued on, and there was actually another stop at a gas station, very quick. And then we continued on, and we're still not back in Rexburg. I am actually here in Salem Sugar City. In fact, right over here.
He's barely in Sugar City.
It's an
Salem.
elementary school where Emma
Salem. There's 7 of them
used to work,
that
just by coincidence.
have a whole nother
we
meaning.
have found the ping. This is a ping again that is on the cast graph that the FBI puts together that we learned about during the trial. A lot more detail than what we've been given 3 years ago. So here's the ping. Follow me. Just follow me, because I'm going to show you guys.
I got to show y'all
There it
something
is.
real quick. We're just going to go look at this 7 Salems thing. It does the line of totality, or it makes the X. X marks the spot.
Yeah, right over the first temples in Mormonism. The next solar eclipse, 8/4. Yeah, 4/8/24 is coming up.
The last one was in 2017.
Monson's birthday, his 90th
Allegedly,
birthday.
there was an apostle in the crowd. Yeah, that's the rumor. That's rumor. But I mean, yeah. So, hold on. Let me look at this one.
So, Christian, my battery's running low on the tablet.
Oh.
Sorry, I didn't know this was coming. I would have charged up for you.
Right. Yeah, I know. I feel bad. But I mean, also it's helping me put some things together, big time.
If you can keep track of it and then redo it again. It's complicated. I know it's so complicated.
It's so complex, and it's so out there that I feel dumb. Or I feel like I'm a conspiracy theorist, and I'm not. I don't think I am. I just follow where the evidence leads me.
You want to let me close with your family's stuff that we did?
Yeah.
It's on my Facebook page at the top. It's pinned. It's on Chad Daybill.
Okay.
It's one of those 67 pages at the very top. Just scroll through them until you get to Chad Daybill, and we can just point out some stuff. Yeah, one of those at the very top. Yeah, just click on it, and click on one of those and start scrolling through until you see your family.
Oh. Okay.
Your family's one of those pages. Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's the apostles. You don't want to do that.
Oh, I just can't see.
Oh,
what the hell? Oh, I see. Said the blind man, right? I guess. Okay, Chad Daybell.
No, so he was my friend before he got arrested. So he did see my content on this profile, my special ops name. That's important. Now his page has been removed.
Right.
Or he's blocked me, or somebody having control of his page blocked me. That's the real Chad Daybell. I tagged it the whole time I was talking to him.
Okay, let me just kind of run through here. Geez, son, you do a lot of work. Marvin Ashton, yeah.
I get paid.
Huh?
I got paid to do this. So
I mean, that's nuts. It's
and
nuts.
I could have done a much better job.
I know that name.
So look at this right here. See the date circled?
That name, Noel Ingalls.
Yeah, he
Oh,
was my
he's the one
Homeland
that works
Security.
he works on the
Yeah,
trafficking
he
with
sent me that the morning after Chad was arrested, and they dug the kids up.
Okay.
That's the last
You
contact
sent
I
me
had with
this
him.
or
He
something.
got
You sent me
fired.
something.
He
I
got
know.
fired from Homeland Security because he
I
wanted
know.
to interview Mormons.
And he wanted to they're investigating, right.
His Mormon boss fired him. Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay. Wow. Here we go.
Here it is.
Chatty Daddy.
Zoom up on that. Look at all those sinks.
Look at Bednar. Yeah. Okay. June 30th, 2023. Oh, okay. I'm like, what?
If you scroll to the bottom, I kind of typed out some of the in English. I'll say points. There we go.
Yeah. I can't get any lower than that. But it says points. Chad Daybell born on August 11th, 8/11. Alex was born 1/18. So they mirror each other. They were right. The mirror of each other. Oh, hello. Of each other and their childhood Mormon leader David McKay, which they said was that was Zelema's prophet or whatever. Because people were thinking it was David Warwick, and I was like, that's David McKay. Yeah, it's a dead prophet, right? Just know that. 118. Okay. Oh my God. Mormon leader David McKay's death date, 118 on Alex's 4th birthday. His prophet died. He would know that. It would be a special memory. Chad's Julian birthday is 11/7. Charles Ballard, it's mirror 7/11. That was
Charles
important.
was murdered on Chad's birthday.
Right. And so that was a special number for Lori. Remember that?
7. See, she knew it was coming, and she knew this shit.
Well, yeah, she planned it too, but still, I get it. Yeah. I mean, it's hard to pull all these off, in a sequence or on a certain day, like Tammy being shot at. Anyways, Chad Julian birthday is 11/7. Okay, I said that. All right. Tylee killed 9. No. Yeah, Tylee. Oh, she was killed 9. Okay.
That's my best guess.
Okay. 9/9, which is current Mormon prophet Nelson's birthday. I knew that.
The most common day to be born. The opposite. She got
Wow.
killed on the.
Nelson's Hebrew birthday is 12/10, which is shared with Tylee Hebrew's death date 12/10. Tammy 1/21 Hebrew death and what is this?
Oh, I'm sorry, it cut off. I cut off on it. I was just trying to get it all fit on that, and I was in a hurry.
That's okay.
But I'll resend it to you, the full version. And let me spend tomorrow on cleaning it up a little bit, and I'll give you even more stuff in there before I send you the new one. Okay.
Let me know if I can do anything to help. I'm not organized, but I do take direction.
But just seeing that Charles died on Chad's Julian birthday reverse, and seeing all that other stuff, and it's like there's something to this, because there's only 365 days in a calendar, which is a lot of numbers, and you're talking about 1 out of 2 numbers out of 300, like 1/3 of 1% chance occurring over and over and over again.
And that's 3 or 4. That's 4 members for sure in Lori's family. We didn't look at Joe or anything yet. Like that's just what we've covered right now. You've covered it all, but you know what I mean. Like that is so.
And then you found Lori's sisters, and one sister died on the reverse of the other sister, and they're like, "Whoa, wait a second! This the family's already lined up. It's a royal family."
That's what I'm saying. Like it's so. It's fascinating me. I still don't really understand it, but I get it more today than I ever have.
I'm glad to have helped. I'm sorry I'm running out of battery.
No, hey, it happens when you use it. Anyways, I appreciate you being here. I know everybody's mind. I know it's so hard to pick up and follow, but it's just to have an open mind, listen to the data and pin it or not, toss it, whatever. It's just fascinating to me. So there's something to it for sure.
Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, you're welcome. If you want to come back tomorrow.
Okay, I'll just leave. Is that okay?
Yep.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Wow, that's different. I don't know. I know it's crazy. Everything about this story is fucking crazy. Everything about it is crazy. Why would it stop at Lori and Chad? That's what I'm saying. I know it sounds nuts, but for them to get away with as many heinous acts in a rapid succession, back to back, basically. I don't understand the whole torture and isolation and dehumanization part of it. I don't understand what the tactics are, what the motives are, but turning up the pain, we see it in Ruby. We've heard it in Ruby and Jody's case. The pain, the duct tape. There you go. There's boom, boom. That's too many coincidences already. I believe that Ruby's 2 younger kids were marked dark. And I believe that this is purge season. I call it purge season because this is when JJ and Tylee were murdered ritually. I mean, it's in the indictment. I'm so glad it's in the indictment. I was like, "Oh, thank you, Jesus." I've got something to work with. They can't just say, "No, it has nothing to do with religion." I'm like, "Bullshit." Oh, it's got something to do with practices. Okay, for sure. And I just want to understand it. That's all. Not, I mean, that's just my quest. I don't know. Um, oh wow. Sure. Oh my. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. But I just think there's more to it than, you know how Lori texts Chad and she asked him if there was this uh whatever plan, if the Lord had some divine plan or something. And she felt bad because she wanted to do more. I think that her children were sacrificed, but not for her and Chad's uh this whole idea about Chad being a prophet. I will nail their asses every chance I can. That's what the fuck I do, okay? But I'm not gonna sit here and pin something on them that they are not, in my opinion, guilty of. I'm just it doesn't do the victims any justice, in my opinion. If you're gonna just go with this narrative, then okay, however you gotta sleep at night. I want the truth. I want they're not here to tell their stories. The data, the putting things together, not forcing things together, but just where things fall and you're like, I'll never be able to prove it. Nobody will be able to 100, I'm gonna use a Melanie Gibb term, 100% prove anything, you know? Nobody was there except for them. They Chad, Lori, Alex, all the grown-ups, they are responsible 144,000%. However, there is in my opinion, there is a bigger um there's somebody pulling their puppet strings. So Alex may be Chad and Lori's fall guy, but Chad, Lori, and Alex and everybody else under that pyramid is the fall guy for the upper management. I'll just say that. Um, I don't, and I try to think, what's the end game? What? But I mean, it's been happening since the beginning of time. And I feel like, oh, thank you for becoming a member for 6 months or being here. Yay. Yay, you get a whole bunch of doom and gloom shit. Here you go. And it's green. I'm just kidding. But I am glad you're here, Miss Mojo Rising. Ms. Sorry. Me too, Allison. I try to be the best person I can be. But it's also so hard to talk about these. It's weird. I know it's weird, but it's not my weird, you know? Look at them. They should be here right now, and they're not. Why? I believe it's more than just Chad and Lori. I believe that's how a lot of people do get deceived. In this religion, they it reminds me of The Village. If you've ever seen the movie by M. Night Shyamalan, I can't say his name right, Shyamalan or whatever. The projection that they throw onto their little community is exactly they fearmonger with the Gadianton robbers and the secret society, and even the very elect will be deceived. But I really think that, and if this is down to God and the devil, good and bad, good and evil, the end game for that, I would have to say, is just like in Tim Ballard's whiteboard meeting, or secret whiteboard, where that M. Russell Ballard and the church came out yesterday now with a statement distancing from Tim Ballard. They were like, no, PR, public relations, party on one. and so the name of the alleged what is it, funding or whatever. Oh my God, let me go get the damn story before I mess it up a great deal. More than I already have. Oh, I need to share my screen again. I'm gonna show you real quick. Thank you, Mod, so much. Okay. I think it's this one. Okay. Oh hell, let me convert it. Sorry about that. I should have done it before, ahead of time, but I didn't. So here we are. Okay, present. Yeah. Come with it now. Oh, all right. Oh, shit. Oh, I can't see it. So I just realized today that, well, I'll come back to this. That way it'll kind of make sense. I just kind of threw some things in here. Oh, I guess I didn't put it in here. What the hell? Oh, I wasn't even sharing this tab anyways. See, I had like some links already, but I could have swore that I put the Underground Railroad, Tim Ballard stuff at the top. Let me go look and hold on. Let me shut up. Let's see. Is it right here, maybe? Yeah, it's there. Well, let me convert it. Damn it. Okay, I'll stop making y'all dizzy one day. Not today. Okay. So, the Mormon Church denounces Tim Ballard's, quote, morally, I can't read the damn thing, but we're going to go to it. Okay. Oh my God, I couldn't find my way out of a wet paper bag if I tried right now. Okay. Share this tab instead. Okay. Mormon Church denounces Tim Ballard's, quote, morally unacceptable, unquote, activities. A church. Okay. Can that go away? Jeez. I mean, decrease that a little bit. I don't want to sign in. Jeez. I hate pop-ups, y'all. Okay. A church spokesperson tells Vice News that Ballard betrayed his friendship with a powerful leader who never authorized his name or the name of the church to be used for Tim's personal or financial interest, which is interesting because I really do believe that Tim is related to Mr. M. Russell Ballard, who is one of the 12 apostles in the Church of Jesus Christ of the LDS, right? And is also one of the 2 apostles named on Chad Daybell's, allegedly Chad Daybell's. It could be David Warwick's because Melanie Gibb is the one who wrote that anyways. It's an email. It's also known as the infamous Reddit email, right? And that's really Melanie Gibb sending that to Nate Eaton. My mom got a copy of a version of it, and Reddit got a copy of the version of it, and everybody's got like a different version. They all say a little more or a little less than the next one. But that's where that whole thing comes in with that Chad and Lori met technically on September 23rd at 2018 at a Preparing a People conference in Mesa, Arizona. Chad was told by one of the three Nephites, Mathoni, that a special woman would come into his life. And then that whole rhetoric, right? The Savior was there. That's the ritual. But anyways, so, and the three Nephites, in my opinion, are the presidency, the first presidency, which would be the top three dudes in the church hierarchy. Okay. That's my guess. Because and that's the call out. That's this idea of the call out. I think it's just very jumbled up because it's secret. It's a second anointing is what it is. It's polygamy, modern day polygamy. That's why Tammy is, Lori referred to Tammy as her special eternal friend. Why she had to die, I don't know. But, I'm just saying. But the call out is, in my opinion, not these Mack trucks that are going to come in and bust all your year supply or your 7-year supply. It's not going to do that. That's a smoke and mirror. It's a distraction, a deflection, a projection, denial, and you're never going to get a straight answer. You're not. It's just always this idea. Okay. And it just kind of rolls into a bigger snowball. But what it is, because it kind of coincides with the call out idea. How you're going to get a special invitation or whatever from the president / prophet of the Mormon church, which is an invitation. It's an invitation. I'm going to tell you what everybody thinks it is. I'm going to tell you what I think it is. Everybody thinks it is a call out, like you're going to get called out to all the righteous members who, and none of these things really are. It could be one or none of these things. So, and it could just be from the general membership of the church, not even a temple recommend holder. There's been some cases of that too. So how have there been cases of that too? I just realized. How can there be cases where this call out idea happened already? How are there statistics? You know what I'm saying? How do people know? But anyways, so I'll tell you what happens on a Sunday. What does happen on a Sunday, this is my call out theory, is that, or basically whenever Lori met Jason Mao, she met him in the temple, right? That was prearranged. She got an invitation. No, you don't have to be a baller, a shot caller. You don't have to have 20-inch blades only. Anyways, this is how modern day polygamy is practiced, in my opinion. If I end up dead, just know this. Okay. Anyway, so, so it's like Lori went for an initial meeting, like-minded people. You like-minded people, I'm like-minded people, right? That whole like-minded people catchphrase. And so he hooks Jason, they have the whole podcast thing where they talk about how they met, and in walks Jason Mao, and he's like, yeah, I looked into Lori's eyes and I knew you were one of us. You were a gatherer. You were, anyways, she got her mission. She did get her mission. In my opinion. Well, anyways, and so Jason Mao hooked Lori. He connected Lori with Melanie Gibb. And I don't know how it worked on Chad's side. I don't know how. This is my theory because, this is like they would be signing their death warrant, Lori and Chad, anyways, if they ratted. It's a blood oath of vengeance, and they stand by that shit, obviously. I was like, everything was popping off when I was sitting in the courtroom looking at Lori, and I'm like, "Are you fucking serious? Freaking tell the truth. Just be like, okay, you know?" Um, I just don't. People will die for their beliefs. They will kill for their beliefs, obviously. And it's crazy to me. It's insane. To watch it play out in real life, and you're just like, "Oh my god," you know? Anyways, and so, yes, whenever you do get a second anointing, invitation, a call out, um, you have to be invited by the president and prophet, the living president and prophet, present day, of the Mormon Church. That would have had to have been President Nelson, allegedly. This is just my theory. For entertainment purposes only, okay? But, and so because the invitation has to come from the president/prophet. It can't come, you can do proxy sealings, but, I mean, they were in the temple, okay? I've it takes more mental gymnastics for me to figure out all the ways how they snuck in the temple, how they did this and da 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 da, and then Melanie finally places them in the temple, but not in the sealing room. She's a liar. She can't tell the secret, you know? But anyways, and plus it's protected by the First Amendment and all kinds of other amendments too. Um, we'll never have, and there's cameras everywhere in a church. But anyways, from what I know, they don't really do temple on Sundays because it's the Sabbath day, right? It's day of whatever, rest. But and I mean, this is in Tom Phillips' account. This is in Brigida and Hans Matsson's account. This stuff isn't just out there for you to just be like, "Oh, okay, this is where you go to see where people went and see the records of the second anointing." No. Okay. There's the Mormon church, and then there's the Mormon temple. Mormon church is like everybody. Everybody. You're a Mormon or you investigating the church, you go here. Okay? Anybody can go inside a Mormon church. Not everybody can go in a Mormon temple. So, unless it's before they dedicate, which I know what goes on and why they dedicate and what happens with the Hosanna shout. Also, general conferences. When is general conference? It should be now, soon, next month, huh? Anyways, so she got the invitation. That's her calling and election made sure. That is the thing that Zelema was like, "Can I get my calling and election made sure? Can I get my?" She was like, "Oh, wanting that calling and election made sure." That calling and election made sure, that phrase means to a Mormon that you physically see Jesus in the flesh in the temple. Now, I'm not a Mormon. I've never stepped foot in a temple. I have a good imagination. I have to speculate. I'm not here to poo-poo on anybody's beliefs. Just please let me get it out so I can grieve properly. That's all. I think that Tylee and JJ, mainly for sure, these babies, they deserve that much. That everyone can put their fucking beliefs on the shelf and just let's figure this out. Believe what you want to believe. But you just please. um anyways, so again, I'm not here to poo-poo on anybody's belief. That is the most shittiest spot to be like in. You know, because it's horrible thing to have to dance around, you know. It's very uncomfortable. But and I mean, you take away somebody's beliefs or give them unbelief or whatever, then I don't want to be responsible for breaking that person's shelf or whatever. I just it's so messed up if you really think about it. But so Chad and Lori were basically, pre-planned, prearranged. I don't know if there's a meet and greet, like they met, their first initial meet up or whatever was October 26th in the St. George, the speaking engagement, October 26th. And then November 16th through the 18th, Mike Stroud did his podcast, Accessing the Fullness of Christ, Atonement. I think it's number 53. It's not a podcast, though. It's him speaking at the Mesa. Sorry. Oh my God. Okay. I had November 16th through the 18th. There was a Preparing a People Mesa event, right? That's when then so the FBI came out with their locations, and then one of them is November 16th in the temple, Chad and Lori, same time. So it's on a Friday. It's not on a Sunday. So that kind of blows my theory, but I don't know if they did that and said that because I don't know if the church had to say that because they are not supposed to be there on Sundays and it would blow kind of their operation in that department. But still, put them in the temple, whatever. I'm not here to, prove or disprove that anymore. I done beat that dead. I done beat that dead horse. So they're sealed to one another. You can read that in the James and Elena story, which I really barely I've read. I've listened to other people read it because it's just so, it's disgusting. I don't know. It's gross. But, and so they talk about or Chad does in his smutty novel, and how they're, at the altar and they're facing each other because that's how that happens. And so this is spiritual wifery. This is, polygamy. And I don't know if Tammy knew I don't know. I'm not there. Wasn't there. And obviously they can't tell or they won't tell because of a secret oath that they take very seriously. So whatever. I just really don't think that Chad and Lori would have ever crossed paths besides the books. Whoopity doo. I mean, it's kind of, look at Lori's cousin, Braxton. Okay. He's heard of Visions of Glory. He's heard of Julie Rowe. He was a fanboy, I mean, just all these things. And you're just like, oh, okay, well, that adds up. Anyways, but the call out is, and so that's pushed off onto all the preppers, right? And so the preppers get a bad rap because they may think that the call out, because I've read in depth Roger K. Young's the free papers that were out, on the AVAL site, and I can just go through those writings and tell you exactly where all the code words are. This is what this means. This is what that means. So whenever they say a calling and election made sure, that means that it's code for a Mormon seeing Christ in the temple. It's not real Christ, but it is in Mormon language, in Mormonese, Mormonology, and to people on the outside of the world, we are like, what? She saw Jesus? Oh my God. Call 1-800-MENTAL. Yeah. Straitjacket. Okay. And so we all believe that Lori is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs because she thinks that she's all, she's like talking, chilling with Christ. He walks these very hallways, she said in her testimony, the one with Joe Ryan. She was going to kill him. Comes at you once, comes at you twice, comes at you 3 times. It says it right here. She does everything by the scriptures, literally. And it's fascinating. So anyway, so that's what the call out is, in my opinion, is the invitation and the second anointing. And basically, if you deny the second anointing, like the invitation, then you're kind of fucked there too, Sorry, excuse my French, but I mean, kind of like, I haven't really read into that too much, but I'm just like, that seems kind of like a veiled threat. So I'm wheezing. But anyways, so, and I'm not sure about Melanie Gibb, even though I think that she's higher in the operation than Lori, you know? But I don't, I'm sure she had her second anointing. And so whenever you get your second anointing, you become, they deem you a king and a queen, a priest and a priestess, a god and a goddess. She was a goddess. And so whenever you do the second anointing, this then inducts you from the Church of Jesus Christ of into the terrestrial church. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is the telestial, which is the worldly church. That's now. It's here. You can see it. Go into it. You can join them. You can pay tithes to it. Anyways, and so whenever you take your second anointing, you go through that. You're king, queen, priest, priestess, god, goddess, and you are become a member of the Church of the Firstborn. And I mean, it's the terrestrial, so it's the next order, it's the next level. Okay, there's 3 levels of heaven. There's the telestial, which is the bottom, which is the world now that we live in, and then there's the terrestrial, which is, you know, they have these so many different forums and things like that where I've watched and read so many Mormons talking about which kingdom they could go and minister to. And I'm just like, oh, they're planning their afterlife. And it was kind of heart-wrenching to me, you know, because it's like everything is so micro focused and detailed and controlled that, you know, I mean, if they enjoy it, and then I was like, well, here I am, reading them doing this, and I'm watching, you know, I'm like basically have look at their comments and everything to try and figure this puzzle out, you know. And so I'm just like, well, how am I I'm not saying no anybody's better or worse, you know. I'm just like, well, here I am doing kind of the same thing, you know. We're all on different levels and different devils, you know, basically. But and then the celestial is the top. It's I always call it the celestial champagne room. It's like that, you know, make it rain. Okay. And that is like the top tier that a Mormon would, they are striving to be celestial. Anyways, because there's 3 different heavens. But anyways, it's so intertwined into those things I was talking about earlier about the malachite, the green. I wish I had that damn chart. I do. Hold, please. I'm gonna let this thing read right here. I know I'm kind of going really
What's
loud.
up, everybody? I'm Lacey Green. I'm a super trainer with Body, BODI.com. The app
Body odor.
is about health-esteem, feeling good about yourself right now as you work on the person you are becoming. Body isn't just some software. It's people. It's trainers, nutrition, and mindset experts, and they even have my program for beginners only, which you have to try even if you've never worked out a day in your life. You can try it for free right now for 14 days at Body.com. That's Body with an I.com.
Wait now, lady.
Mormon Church denounces Tim Ballard's morally unacceptable activities.
Oh, sure, he's more.
Documents obtained by Vice News show anti-trafficking activist Tim Ballard claimed that a revered and powerful figure in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints played a secret, central role in Operation Underground Railroad, or the organization Ballard founded. Insiders who spoke to federal and local investigators as part of a since-closed criminal inquiry described Ballard claiming that and his personal business ventures were backed by the senior member of the church's second-highest leadership body, and part of a larger mission to use the anti-trafficking cause to bring Americans to the Mormon faith, or, in his words, lead them to the covenant. Tim is fully convinced that he is supposed to be the Mormon Messiah and lead people back to the church, read notes from an interview between criminal investigators and a former higher-up. But now a spokesperson for the church tells Vice News that while the apostle in question, President M. Russell Ballard, was once close to Tim Ballard, to whom he is not related, despite their sharing a last name, our founder betrayed their friendship through the unauthorized use of President Ballard's name for Tim Ballard's personal advantage and activity regarded as morally unacceptable. Elder Ballard's relationship with Tim Ballard is, the church spokesperson told Vice News, in the past. They did not specify what activity was regarded as morally unacceptable. Tim Ballard did not respond to a detailed request for comment, provided a statement which is reproduced in full below. The unusually public denunciation of Tim Ballard is particularly newsworthy at this moment. He left earlier this year following an internal investigation into employee complaints about his conduct at virtually the same moment that Sound of Freedom, a fictionalized version of his purported child rescuing exploits, became a surprise box office hit. He has since begun promoting a new anti-trafficking organization, the Spear Fund. But he is also said by many Utah insiders to be weighing a run for Senate, speculation that was given more weight by a recent statement from Sean Reyes, the Utah Attorney General, who's also a longtime friend and supporter. Reyes wrote that he would not be running for Senate, allowing an opportunity for a dear friend of mine who is a great conservative, patriot, and warrior to run and serve as the next senator from Utah. Reyes said that person would announce their run in the coming days.
Oh, look for that.
The documents, obtained by Vice News through a public records request, are from a now closed criminal investigation into conducted jointly by a Utah County attorney and the FBI. Several people, according to the documents, described exceptionally close ties between the two Ballards.
It's going to sound like
Elder
Lori in a
Ballard,
minute.
who is in his 90s, is the acting president of the Quorum of the 12 Apostles, an extremely senior position within the church, and is viewed by faithful Mormons as a profound spiritual and moral authority. People familiar with our operations have previously told Vice News that Tim Ballard has sometimes claimed that Elder Ballard personally urged him to quit his previous job at Homeland Security Investigations to found
That's all God told him.
The ties between Tim Ballard and Elder Ballard described in the documents are numerous and occasionally bizarre, involving claimed business arrangements, blessings, and even a psychic who claimed to be able to communicate with the prophet Nephi, who according to the Book of Mormon has been dead for thousands of years.
See how they make them
Allegations from a
crazy?
former higher-up as well as text messages contained in the documents obtained by Vice News suggest that Tim Ballard and an associate represented Elder Ballard as a partner in a for-profit business called Slave Stealers, which was pitched as a way to control our and other nonprofits. It was apparently viewed as part of a scheme that would allow Tim Ballard to monetize the notoriety he gained through his often exaggerated exploits. Tim Ballard also claimed, according to the documents, that Elder Ballard maintained close contact with him during at least one disastrous overseas mission, which was based on information obtained by the psychic medium and aimed at rescuing a missing child. Ballard said the Mormon elder blessed him and his wife Catherine beforehand and received real-time updates from on the ground. In response to a detailed request for comment on these matters, a spokesperson for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints sent a statement, which reads, in full. In an email to Sean Reyes, the Utah Attorney General, Troy Rawlings, a prosecutor in Davis County, Utah whose office carried out the now-closed investigation into wrote that he had somewhere around 10,000 pages of psychic readings. Those were conducted by Janet Russin, a psychic medium who talks to dead Mormon leaders, particularly a Mormon prophet from 600 BC named Nephi, to get intel, Rawlings wrote. Russin declined to comment on her work with when reached by Vice News. Rawlings did not respond to a request for comment.
Where's this at?
Rawlings made it clear that he thought donors to would be dismayed by the idea that its paramilitary missions were guided by a psychic and a deceased Mormon prophet. Donors are not made aware that Nephi, via Mr. Russin, is the key piece of OUR operational intelligence, he added. Criminal investigators were interested in the nexus between Russin, Tim Ballard, and the church. One document Vice News obtained is a memo describing an interview between an FBI special agent and a Davis County investigator and a former development director, whom we are not naming at her request. This person said she had not heard that Janet was ever vetted or vouched for by the LDS Church, the memo reads. But stated Tim blurred lines and would frequently say, I told Elder Ballard all about it. Further, according to the former development director's statements to investigators, Tim Ballard claimed that Elder Ballard was involved in Liberty 89, a business in Utah whose registered agent is Tim Ballard, according to public filings. At a meeting with Tim Ballard and a group of his associates, who claimed to have visions and special intelligence of the Second Coming, the former development director said, she was made aware that this venture had to do with God calling Tim Ballard to restore America to the covenant.
There's
Tim
admission.
was very verbal about Elder Russell Ballard's involvement, she said. Tim would say that Russell Ballard is a part of Liberty 89. That wasn't the only time that Tim Ballard leaned on his friendship with Elder Ballard to suggest the Mormon leader had given his support to a project. Before the disastrous mission to locate Gardy Marty, a missing boy whose story Tim Ballard and have over the years made
Still
central to the
missing.
narrative of their fight against trafficking, using intelligence gleaned from Russin, the psychic medium, Tim Ballard reported to a group of associates that Elder Ballard had blessed the operation. Through the whole process and all these miracles, I have reported back to Elder Ballard at least every month, sometimes more, he said, according to an investigator's transcript of a video recording of the meeting. And on the way to the airport last night, I stopped by his house and Catherine and I spent about an hour with him. And he gave me a very powerful blessing.
Bam.
Catherine is Tim Ballard's wife.
And
While the
Russell
mission was
Ballard,
going on,
Russell
a
Ballard
witness told
was a zombie.
investigators, Tim Ballard placed at least one phone call to Elder Ballard to plan the press release of rescuing Gardy. Other former R insiders had also gotten an earful from Tim Ballard about his ties to the Mormon power structure. According to one document, in October 2020 an FBI special agent named Luke, no last name provided, and Brian Purdy, an investigator for the Davis County Attorney's Office, interviewed Dave Lopez, a former Navy SEAL who previously led the ops team at our. Tim said multiple times, it's his job to use the sizzle of the rescue to lead people back to the Mormon covenant, Lopez said, according to Putty's report. Dave stated that according to Tim, that's what this is all about, that's why he's doing all the movies and all the storytelling. He believes the Mormon Church is actually doing that with him, that Elder Russell Ballard of the Mormon Church is working with him on that secret agenda. He believes that it's his job to be this famous kind of celebrity that gets everyone's attention, but then in turn leads everyone to Mormonism.
Not just
Lopez told
trafficking
investigators
problem.
that Tim Ballard had developed a messianic view of himself. Dave said he thinks Tim
He's
is fully
crazy.
convinced that he is supposed to be the Mormon Messiah and lead people back to the church, the report reads. Lopez's final break with he told investigators, came when an associate of Tim Ballard's tried to persuade him to invest in slave stealers, which would, according to a diagram drawn by Tim Ballard on which Vice News has previously
Funneled.
reported, control his various nonprofits, which would then promote his personal brand. Take sizzle of the rescue, lead them to the covenant, read a note on the diagram, an apparent reference to a plan to use ours highly publicized child rescue missions as a way to lead Americans to the Mormon faith. Text messages Lopez provided to investigators show an associate of Tim Ballard's elaborating on the convoluted scheme. Vice News is not naming the associate because he could not be reached for comment. The text stated that partners, including Elder Ballard,
SS
would
means
control a for-profit
slave
entity
stealers.
that would have main control of and proposing to bring together, if necessary, Elder Ballard and a business partner of Lopez's with whom he was planning an island development.
Island development.
Slave stealers
Wow.
did not, in the end, amount to much, nor, seemingly, did the plan to have it take control of
So it's not reading.
The
them.
relationship between the two Ballards, however, did not end there, according to the documents. In August 2021, Purdy, the Davis County investigator, and the FBI special agent referred to in documents only as Luke, interviewed the woman who worked as ours director of development. In that interview, the woman in question said in the 2015 to 2020 timeframe, she repeatedly met Mormon leaders in Tim Ballard's company. She said she met Elder Ballard, with whom Tim Ballard claimed to privately meet monthly, in the company of Tim Ballard and Elder Ronald Rasband,
That's
who
another
within
one.
the church had authority over Haiti, an area in which has operated extensively. She said had another meeting with both Ballards, and one with Rasband, Tim Ballard, and other hires up, as well as several meetings with Elder Ballard in the VIP area of our events. A church spokesperson indicated that Elder Rasband has no recollection of ever meeting with Tim Ballard or his staff.
That's convenient.
At a later point, the woman said that she was, in her official work capacity, brought to a meeting with Tim Ballard's associates, where he told her that because she had shared some spiritual things, he could tell her about secret things that I'm involved in. This was the meeting at which Tim Ballard claimed Elder Ballard was involved in Liberty 89. Per the report, the woman added that, according to Tim Ballard, restoring America to the covenant was a big mission of his, Tim, and he was called of God to do this. She added that he was, in Putty's retelling, very verbal about Elder Russell Ballard's involvement and behind it, but added that she didn't know if she believed that. For now, Ballard's professional and political futures aren't certain, but he has made ambitious efforts to move himself closer to a new power structure. On Wednesday, he testified before the House Foreign Affairs Committee, where he made a highly politicized statement about the Biden administration's role in aiding human trafficking, one which proved immediately popular with right-wing news sites. Tragically, as a result of this administration's current policies, the Department of Homeland Security and the Department of Health and Human Services have unwittingly become a child trafficking delivery service, Ballard said, in part. It's difficult to imagine that Ballard could successfully run for elected office after being effectively denounced by the power structure of the most powerful religion in his home state.
Mhm.
But he has proven himself, if nothing else, to be remarkably persistent, willing to reinvent himself, to spin new stories, to seek new allies, as many times as
You
necessary.
saw it well.
In response to requests for comment about this story as well as another one, and our spokesperson sent one statement, which read as follows.
What makes Contour
Oh,
Next
hell.
diabetes test strips next level? A few reasons. They're the #1
Y'all still
over-the-counter
here?
brand. Next, they give you highly accurate results in seconds.
Yeah.
Next, they're more affordable than many insurance copays. Next,
It is
they're
scary.
doctor recommended. All right, thanks, doc. And next, they work with all Contour Next meters. Next
And
level
so now they're
diabetes
gonna say he's
testing,
crazy.
that's over-the-counter Contour Next
Just
test
saying,
strips.
it's a freaking
Get ahead
pattern.
this fall and shop in store or online at a retailer near you.
It's triggering. I'm triggered. Come on, lady. I'm not gonna have to go back up there. Oh, is that it? No, okay. What? In response to requests for comment about this story as well as another one, an OUR spokesperson sent one statement which read as follows. These allegations have been raised previously, written about by Vice, and thoroughly investigated by the Davis County District Attorney. That investigation concluded without the filing of any charges. Following Tim Ballard's departure from OUR 3 months ago, which is right when the movie was releasing, Lynn Packer is that's a good researcher. We have been working tirelessly to improve the efficiency and effectiveness of our domestic and international operations. At OUR, we are proud to support law enforcement in liberating any person in the grips of human trafficking or exploitation. Remove yourself, that's all I'm saying, from the church, and then you're not being trafficked or exploited. And we strive to ensure ongoing aftercare for all those affected. And I want to see these people, because anyways, our resources have contributed to the arrest of over 7,400 suspected predators and have impacted the lives of over 7,800 individuals. Currently, we are carrying out an average of 5 missions per week worldwide. What? We are committed to this important work until everyone in need is safe. Anyways, I'm gonna post that link in chat. And I'm so sorry. This is just a quick live. Didn't talk about what we were supposed to, kind of. Yeah. But I think they're told. I do. I don't think that Tim's making it up. I don't think Lori's making it up. I think these things are, it's like so many patterns of the same thing. What's the other one? I mean, I'm just chomping at the bit to see how this plays out a little bit in Jody and my Wi-Fi just had a glitch. Must be talking about some important stuff. Anyways, so I'm gonna show you this real quick and then we're gonna cut because I'm just triggered and we've been here a hot minute, so let me find it. Okay, this is that thing I was telling y'all about. This is just one of the many bazillion papers. I got it from academia. 8 states of probation progression, 8 states of probation and progression, known as eternal progression in the scriptures, and is in reality the doctrine of the mysteries of godliness. John Pontius has written papers on this. So has Elder, I can't think of his name. The guy that did the old guy. I have a little video clip of him, and he's like to be a member, Anderson, of the 144,000. And I don't know, it's interesting. First estate, second estate, third estate, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. And then this is like some pattern. Okay. I don't understand it to explain it to you. So, that's why I need help. But estates, creations, pre-existence, prior creation, millennium. These are like different stages in the temple, I do believe. It's like different rituals, ordinances in Mormonology. There's the mortal pre-existence, mortal probation, millennial world, eternal lives, born 3 times in 3 creations, Messiah of a world. So you have a Jesus of a world, right? Salem said it. And you have a Jesus and a Satan per world. Adam of worlds, the great Jehovah. Anyways, estates are likened unto this. The first estate likened unto outer darkness. That's not good. Likened unto the celestial kingdom. So that's where we're at now. That's your second estate, right? Remember that document that came out that's supposed to be Chad's? Anyways, I don't believe it is. Likened unto the terrestrial kingdom is the third. Fourth estate, celestial, just men made perfect. That's another code phrase. Just men made perfect. Calling and election made sure. I don't, my brain's fried right now. Yahshua, the temporal son of his creation and the only begotten of the Father, Yah. That's the fifth estate. God, the temporal father of this creation, is the sixth estate. Seventh estate, sons of God, God of this creation and world. It's like Dungeons and Dragons Mormon. It's like when you get the Monopoly game for Mormon, but I don't know. It's weird. Different. It's different. Current priesthood offices among the Gentiles. So anybody outside the church, I know that for sure we are Gentiles in their view. Deacon in the Aaronic priesthood. So this is like a young kid, younger male. Teacher in the Aaronic priesthood. Priest in the Aaronic priesthood. So this is the third, right? Elder, then 70. And then high priest in the Melchizedek priesthood. Janelle, I just read some of Little Bear's stats or whatever from Nancy. Some messages that were shared in LDS Energy Healing Exposed or whatever that is. Forget. And he's a Melchizedek priesthood holder, according to her. Then there's the Adamic priesthood. So this is the sixth estate. Yahshua priesthood. El priesthood. Beatitudes. I don't know all this. But anyways, it's just interesting. Blessed are they that which do hunger. And this also ties in with the monkeys. Okay. The monkey, hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. To me, that makes a pattern with, I know this sounds like a batshit crazy. I'm right there with you, but I don't know. Got to talk the talk. So, monkeys were another coincidence, we'll say, that disturbs me. When I saw the monkey mask, it wasn't just a Halloween mask like everybody reported on, and I saw it triggered me. With the Tyvek suits, with all the weaponry and the knives and all the weapons that were found in Lori's apartment. Anyways, so the hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil, the monkeys, that it's all about virtues, right? But where was I going with that? I compare it to, or I liken it to when the church says they have that whole come follow me series or whatever. And it says something like, hear him. I can't, I'm totally mush. I'm blanking right now. Hear him, follow him. Anyways, it would be equivalent with the monkeys. But anyways. Okay. Okay, like, see, and so according to Braxton, like, Lori's cousin or whatever, he said that it's to destroy the wicked. Kylie, JJ, Charles, Tammy, Joe was sealed away, and Charles, they were the wicked in this belief system right here. And so that's your wheat and tares. In my opinion, the church, if that were if I were the boss of that church, and I thought like they did, I'm just have to put it out here like this. It's gonna sound just crazy, but so the church's general membership, a lot of general membership members, Mormons, devoted Mormons, who have been raised in this their entire lives, don't know anything outside of that, right? This is all they know. But anyway, so they don't hardly know about the secret second anointing, and then the ones that do know about it and have researched it and everything, they some people have just been like, crush it, they weren't rich, you got to be an older couple. I'm like, where are all these stipulations? You see the rule book? Because there's no transparency. Okay. It's hidden from their own members, much less nobody gets to have any jurisdiction. We can just debate it, that's about it. And I don't try to force it either, but everything that is said in that second anointing ceremony is everything that bitch Lori told to my beautiful uncle. Okay. Ushering in the second coming of Jesus Christ and shit. And I think it's designed that way so that they sound crazy for when they go rogue. Okay. Kind of like Tim Ballard's doing right now. Anyways. Yeah, I don't know if I had any more to add on. Oh, yeah. So the church. And then the temple is whenever you become temple worthy, right? That's when you start spending time in the temple. I've got clips of the president prophet Russell Nelson, more time in the temple, the more blessed you are, and I'm just like, it's a double speak. I'm telling you my membership one thing, and I'm projecting what I want you to see. And it's nothing but confusion and chaos, and nothing should be this exhausting mentally and physically and spiritually and everything else. God's not, my God is not confusing. That's all I can say on that. I'm not saying better, same God, I guess, but my perception, my God is not just, he's not going to give special favors just to this many people who are Mormons, or this many people. Anyways, that just doesn't make sense to me. Days of creation. It never said of this world. It is the creation of you. First day, first estate, Aleph. Second day, second estate, Beth or Biath or whatever. Third day, third estate, Gimlet. Fourth day, fourth estate, Daleth. Fifth day, fifth estate, Hey. Sixth day, sixth estate, I don't know, Vav. Seventh day, seventh estate, Zion. Eighth day, eighth estate, Shiath. I don't know how to speak that language. But anyways, and now, my beloved brethren, after ye have gotten into the straight and narrow path, that's another code phrase, I would ask if all is done. This is probably done at the veil, during their ceremonies. Look, here's Raphael. We're getting there. I'm sorry. Okay, 2 Nephi 31, 19, 20. I'm gonna have to go look up the things that Lori and so that the group was tossing around. Nay, and so this is still first estate, right? Nay, my for ye have not come thus far, save it wherefore by the word of Christ, the Messiah, with unshaken faith, whatever, relying wholly, the second one is relying wholly upon the merits of him who is mighty to save by grace or mercy. Okay. I want to say Alex was the second creation. Anyways, wherefore, this is third, wherefore ye must press forward with a steadfastness in Christ, the Messiah, experience the mighty change of heart. Melanie Gibb, got your number, right? Looking right at you, Melanie Gibb. Having a perfect brightness of hope, thy calling and election made sure. That means you see Jesus. So there's your fourth estate. A love of God and of all men, two great commandments. I don't know what the hell that means. Wherefore, and this is the sixth, wherefore if ye shall press forward, feasting upon the word of Christ, the Messiah. And then seventh is, and endure to the end. And then the eighth is, behold, thus saith the Father, ye shall have eternal life. This creation, the four seasons as they apply to the estates. Spring is first creation, right? Yeah. Or no, it says this creation. I don't know. Summer, fall, winter, spring, summer, fall, winter. And I just don't know where. I doubt they're in the seventh estate, but whatever, because that's where Enoch Raphael is. But there's been other names used. I don't know this code. I don't get it. But now look, I find this interesting. Oh, well, hell, I want that to stop doing that. Okay, the elements. So wait. Okay, see right here where it says southwest? The directions as they apply to the estates. Just reel that in for a minute. Oh my God. Okay, stop. Okay. East, south, west, east, northeast, southwest. Chad Googled it. What is the definition of SSW? Okay. Anyway, southeast, northwest. Dispensation, basic name. The Garden of Eden, the Ark and the Flood, the Exodus from Egypt. Just act like it's a game. I don't know. A game of Mormon life. The meridian of time, the restoration of the gospel, the gathering of Israel, Zion and the millennium, Yah, God on earth. The seven stars are the seven angels, whom are the seven archangels heading the seventh dispensation, the dispensation kings. I think those names that were used by Chad and Lori, Chad, whatever, the past lives names, I think that's like a role people play. Honestly, that's how it's what flashes in my mind, you know. I'm just like, okay, like they're assigned. Remember how Chad said, he said he texting Lori or something, and he said it worked for his neighbor whose wife just died or something, and he called him Stan Lee. Kind of like that, kind of like Eyes Wide Shut type shit. Secret party, secret, maybe, you know, murder of my nephew and Tylee. Just saying, because there's more than just Chad and Lori there, in my opinion. Dispensational covenants, the Adamic covenant and Edenic covenant is Adam and Eden, right? Noahic covenant, Abrahamic covenant, and the covenant of faith. Whatever. He who overcometh the first four estates shall not be hurt of the second death. There's this first and the second death, spiritual death. Will I give to eat of the tree of life, which is in the midst of the paradise of God. I think this is again another temple. It reminds me of kindergarten when you had those PlayStation, like you go to these little play stations, not the actual game, but like, you know, you'd have blocks over here and kitchen over here, and just think of that, you know. Anyways, that's what I liken it to. and keepeth my commandments unto the end of the millennium, will I give power over many kingdoms. The same shall be clothed in white raiment, celestial glory, a just man made perfect. That's one of them things. Symbolized by placing of the garment. This is some ritual shit that I picked up on that Mike Stroud, he's just like, notice where your, I don't know, I've never worn a garment, but something about, anyways, upon the saints in the initiatory fourth booth. Okay. I really, y'all, I don't even know it's like I don't want to say it out loud, not publicly. Just wish that I could put it down. It's so hard to wrap your mind around until you just look at it for what it is. It's a building and it's men and women. It's humans. Okay. Look at it like that. I look at it through, Tylee and JJ, meant the world to me and the rest of our families. So did Charles and Tammy and Joe. And to all the countless victims before and to continue on till the end of time. Because this has been practiced. Human sacrifice has been practiced since the beginning of time, really. And anyways, I just don't see how anyways, there's such a shroud of around it, it's just stupid. Where the hell am I? The crucifixion. Oh, wait. The same shall be clothed in white raiment, celestial glory, a just man made perfect, symbolized by the placing of the garment of the holy priesthood upon the saints. So 1, 2, 3, fourth estate, Chad. I do believe. Yeah. Because he was able to, he had the priesthood. He just they can't just tell us this, And every active Mormon is going to be like, oh no, he didn't get that. But they don't know. None of us know. He was also serving in the church, It's crazy. So, and I will not blot out his name out of the book of life. That means they will not make them dark like they did Tylee, JJ, Charles, Tammy, and Joe. I think. I don't know if they actually blot them out, but that's the book of life, right? But I will confess his name before my Father and before his angels. Okay, the next one is, will I make a pillar in the temple of my God, and he shall go no more out. There you go. That is code. Go no more out is code for the spiritual wifery, the polygamy. Val Brinkerhoff. Now that explains a whole lot about the vibrations and all the things. If y'all ever want to dive into that, I know this is crazy, but it is intriguing. And to me, I just want to vet it out, why not? And I will write, okay, so will I make a pillar in the temple? This is all code talk. In the temple of my God, and he shall go no more out. And I will write upon him the name of my God, 144,000, and the name of the city of my God. This is the new Jerusalem, which cometh down out of heaven, terrestrial, okay, from my God, and I will write upon him my new name. The next one says, will I grant to sit with me in my throne, even as I also overcame and am set down with my Father in his throne. Next, shall inherit all things, and I will be his God. That's not a capital there. So, and he shall be my son. So this is the Jesus one, right? Yeah. Will I get, and the next one is, will I give to eat of the hidden manna? I remember Julie Rowe, this is one of the code words here that she said in that delusional, not so delusional text, voicemail. And in the stone, a new name written, which no man knoweth, saving he that receiveth it, whatever. And then the crucifixion. And then again, this is the ritual. Like this right here, I believe is The Feast of the Tabernacles, I think, is JJ. I'm not sure. I'm trying to figure out rituals. Okay. Feast of Tabernacles, elements of the Sukkot. I don't even know how to pronounce this shit. Booth. It's a booth in the temple, which I'd like to see the full detailed pings and the whole egg talk. I just, please stretch your imagination right now. Anyways, the Feast of the Tabernacles elements. Okay. Branches with leaves from a willow tree, and then boughs with leaves from a myrtle tree. Ritual. Closed fronds from a date palm tree. Fruit of a citrus tree, fig tree, tree of life, burning bush. Wow. Plasma. Whatever. Initiatory. Oh, Melanie Gibb talked about the initiatory. Booths, ordinances, anointings, blessings, and callings, titles or names. First four estates are 1, initial washing and anointing. The second four are 1 second. I did tongue twisters. Naked, no physical body, priesthood or ordinance. Been defiled, need to be symbolically washed, baptism. Holy anointing, receive thy calling to become a priest and king. Receive thy election, and that's your calling election made sure, or calling election. In similitude of glory, ye art clothed in white, correct markings. These are their temple garment, I think. I don't know, but the markings. And ordained, there's the garments for sure, and ordained into the Melchizedek priesthood and given a new name. Calling election made sure. Then descend. Okay, the next one is descend below all things without glory. A priest unto the most high God. Receive the true markings of the priesthood in thy flesh. Defiled again. Need to be symbolically washed a second time. A rebaptism. Lord of the earth. To the ends of the earth, right? Storm. A king unto the most high God. Second holy anointing. Second anointing. There. Receive thy calling and election. Having received such, anointed a king and a priest unto the most high God, having become such. When a woman does this with her, not her husband, it can be any husband. There's Hans Maassen, let it loose in his interview that his mom had been through the second anointing, but his dad had not. There you go. You gotta read in between the lines. And he's like, oh, John DeLynn, it's crazy. So that means Lori she got her priesthood too, in this theory. And this says, ascend above all things, receive glory and honor forever and ever. It's for time and eternity. Anytime it says time and eternity, that is a polygamous marriage. That is the Ark of the New Covenant. Anyways, worlds without number or end, and a white stone, a planet, written within it, a new name, which no one knows save he who receives such. Ceremonial washing, only parts that extend out of the garment, art, wash, or anointed. Item and blessing, whatever. Head, they bless your head. Thinking and mental faculties, recalling. Nobody can recall. Ears, hearing and recognizing what rings true. Eyes, seeing and believing the simple truth. Mouth, tasting and witnessing of the truth. Throat, singing and speaking with the tongue of angels. Hands, holding and working with your hands. Feet, movement and running and not be weary. Nose, smelling and increased sensing of emotions. Anyways, this is the end of it, but this is from Val Brinkerhoff's book. And there's the Rosh Hashanah. That's September 11th. Renewal, liberty, release. See, and I think the star would go in. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. Sun, moon, stars, Revelation 12. The waxing new moon, 12 zodiac signs. And so there's like this, and I've seen in Nancy Nancy James, she made a post to disturb me, but I went researching, right? Because that's what I do. And she said something about Mayflower. I forgot. Anyways, compact Mayflower Compact. I was like, what the hell? And this was after the murders of the kids. I don't know if they're part of it. I just was like, okay, what the fuck is that? Looked it up, and it's all not so much biblical. It's more patriotic, but it led me to the Constitution, really. But then there's also this, God, it's like I'm right here, the Mayflower Compact, document signed on the English ship, the Mayflower, on November 21st, November 11th, old style, 1620, prior to its landing at Plymouth, Massachusetts. It's not supposed to make sense. That's how this stuff continues, okay? It's just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. The Mayflower Compact, originally titled Agreement Between the Settlers, and this goes back to those names and stuff that Chad, it was like people off of the Mayflower, okay? And so that's what I'm saying. It's like very secret society. It is the Gadian robbers, just straight up. And it's also a ritual where there's a actual Mayflower pole and those ribbons, and I'm sure you do maybe some stars, follow some of I don't know how this goes again. I would say not my monkeys, not my circus, but anyways, they're not my monkeys. So I'm back, allegedly. Hey, sugar butt starburst. Well, allegedly, Lee here. They're not going to tell you that, but that's what that does. At least they tell them that. So she was all giddy because she, in my theory, got her powers. It's crazy. This is batshit crazy stuff. You see why I sound like Julie freaking Rowe, except not sure. I don't know. It's just it's a total disconnect in my opinion. Like, you can live in the same country, you can live in the same neighborhood and not go to the same church. And Mormonism is just puzzling to me. It's so complicated. And anyways, it's just as fascinating to me. It's all we can do. Research, right? It's what we do around here. Oh, no, I hope not. Oh hell. If I do, y'all have my permission to just come club me in the head. Put us out of our misery. I feel like it's crazy. So crazy. Yeah. Yeah. It's so many different things. Again, though, that's when I'm like, okay, some of this stuff, a lot of this stuff is secret. It is confusing on purpose. That is so it can't get found out and exposed, right? Just theoretically, just metaphorically, even if you look at it like a book and like I said, like a book in a building, and you don't put the stigmas on, like the labels, like this is a religious house, I can just say whatever it is, then I feel like it would be a lot easier. I mean, this stuff is just bursting out of my brains. 4 years stewing, I'm so glad the light bulbs went off. I mean, it's going to take, and again, I'm never going to know the whole truth. but I know a lot more than I did yesterday, and I definitely know a lot more than I did July 11th, 2019. July 12th, because we found out on July 12th. So it is what it is. I do believe that, like I was saying earlier and didn't finish because I do that a lot. It's a lot. It's overwhelming. It's bursting out of the seams. Okay. It's got to go somewhere. And if not, just to get it off my chest, but, hell, I just messed myself up again. I don't really get it. I don't get it though, Lily. I don't get it. I mean, I think it's structured that way. I think it's, oh, thank you. So the Mormon church teaches about, Lori, whenever Melanie Gill was like, core horror, she was like, what? She was about to lose her mind. Mormons don't really like the negative comments. Nobody really does. Nobody. I don't care who you are. And that's just something that comes with this territory. When you're going to speak publicly on a social media platform, so there was a long gap where I just wouldn't even go into I'm just like, yeah, I'm good. I can't mentally take it right now, or I just can't elaborate or, because I don't want to debate with anybody. Believe what you want to believe. I have no, who am I to tell you to believe in or not in something? That is not my place. No, I just want to be able to talk about this open and in a open communication. The lines are open, and whatever you say here is safe here. We're not going to think you're cuckoo because it's not my cuckoo. And so this makes me think of Uncle Charles. And I think of him a lot in this situation because he was trying so hard. He was trying so hard to get somebody's attention, to not be dismissed, discounted, not believed, sound crazy. Just you want help for your wife who's talking some crazy shit. Brandon doesn't know about it either. He thinks they're in a cult. That's where this cult thing came from. And I see how quick the church is. I say the church, the people in the church, because the church hasn't said anything, are to say, oh, it's a cult, starting their own movement. Everybody's following them. And I'm like, what? What? Huh? How does that work? I'll better go into that more down the line, but that's fascinating. It's fascinating. I've learned so much. I am learning so much, still learning. Never want to stop learning because I love knowledge. I love learning. Can't hurt you. I mean, it's a lot, but it is the best. That's the comment of the damn millennium. It is the best grift I've ever heard of. High five. High five, religious institutions, but really hats off to you, Mormon people. I love people. Whether they're Mormon, Catholic, human. I love human. I love humanity, right? Just treat others the way you want to be treated, with love, compassion, pass it along. Empathy, all those things. Respect. Don't ever, that's how I try to look at it. I don't ever do something nice for somebody else expecting anything in return. You take that expectation away. You just do it because it's how you want to be treated, right? Yeah, so sad. I think it's structured to confuse and abuse. Wow. That's pretty powerful right there. I like that. Thank you. It is the best grift. You know, I feel I've learned a lot about religion, period. Just about beliefs. They are the driver of our action. They're the driving force. It starts here, your intent, and then it escalates. It's either good or bad. It can go a couple ways. Choice and a consequence, like Larry says. Yeah, sure. I mean, it breaks my heart. You're such a good man, like it's just good. I have a good family. Might all be assholes in our own way, but I love my family. I love the dysfunction of my family. I love that we all have some form of integrity, and yeah, this is how, just looking for the truth, whatever it may be. I'm not gonna like it. It ended in murders, that's the end. I already know. I just trying to fill in the other parts that you can't go there legally unless it serves you, right? You can go there, but you can't go there. I didn't learn very much from Lori's trial, not like I thought. I learned more, and every piece helps, and that's why I'm learning to say and appreciate this out loud, and just want everybody to know that you all have a story, and it's just like we could be watching something like MTV, just whatever. I mean, I've liked MTV. I like documentaries. I like to learn. But we're here together, connecting as humans, as humanity, right? Because it's just interesting. So we learn from other people, and this is how we do this. And so you're the only you're ever going to be, saying that like KJ, right? And it's true. That is so true. And so, but in my life, in my experience with all this, every Mormon that's active, not active, half believing, not physically in, mentally out, you hold a piece of this puzzle. It's so important that you talk, share. It's okay. If you're in the company of people who respect you, you have a good support system. I have a good support system, and I appreciate y'all so much. Yes. Lee. Oh yeah. It's so important, right? That, yeah. We got a lot. There's so much work to do. I just want to honor them the best that I can. And I know I do. It's not like, oh my God, I have to. It's just I yearn. Like, I'm just like, oh no, I need to know more. And to me, it tells their stories. That's the most important thing. I'm just an extension of their voice. You're just an extension of their voices, of your lineage and everything. I mean, it's what we do. Oh, Jenny, I appreciate all of you. This is only right. Oh, 4 kids. All right. You're not boring. And don't have yeah, you do. But I appreciate it. Put up with you. Are you serious? Girl. Jenny. Let me tell you, Jenny. You is kind, you is smart, and you is important. Know that. Every bit of every one of us. I'm telling you. Could be babble. A lot of times it's babble with me. It's a sounding board. It gets it off my chest. It vents. It takes the pressure, you release the pressure relief valve every week for sure. And I appreciate that. Everybody needs this. I recommend this 10 out of 10. Start your own YouTube channel. Just a vent. You ain't got to be good. Just got to be good at it. But anyways, I love you guys. I really do. Thank you so much. Thank you, Donna. And I don't know if Trace is still here. Thank you. Beach Mom, I hope you're not killing yourself. She reminds me of a crazy coon ass Cajun. Right? You are among friends. Awesome. Always, 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 always. Yep. Be your brother's keeper. Please send your prayers to Jen. I don't know what my guts. Yeah. Yeah, she had a hard time earlier, and I just want her to know she is loved very much and valued as a friend. She's one of those it's Lanyap. I did not expect all this. Silver linings. I used to say it way before Silver Linings podcast came out. And it is, because these are tragedies, but I've met so many beautiful people through these tragedies. And it's beautiful in its own right. But anyways, thank y'all for being here. And love always wins. You are proof of this. And I'm working on a new intro for I want to call them Thelma and Louise sometimes, but Jody and Ruby. But that's putting down Thelma and Louise. So anyways, thing 1 and thing 2, incorporating them into it. So it's time for a change. But anyways, I love you guys. Thank you, Donna. And I appreciate y'all. Love always wins. You are proof of